the PS4 by 8%. The caveat, of course, being it's only US numbers, and the console market as a whole may still be down.
Little column A, little column B.
But with the rocky launch through no fault of their own, and with them only being fully stocked late last year, it's still a pretty impressive metric to clear. What's up, everybody? So we've been getting constant reports about consoles being on the decline.
I'm gonna say off a cliff.
But this May report says something absolutely surprising. PS5 is actually outpacing the PS4 by 8%. The caveat, of course, being it's only US numbers, and the console market as a whole may still be down.
Little column A, little column B.
But with the rocky launch through no fault of their own, and with them only being fully stocked late last year, it's still a pretty impressive metric to clear. We'll take a look at the full May report, but along with that, in case you're not paying enough for groceries, gas, and housing, you know, the essentials, Xbox has decided to increase that burden.
You've left me with nothing. I have nothing.
And even further, they reserve day one access to the highest tier.
Why does everything suck this hard?
We're looking forward to some sort of explanation from Xbox, but while we wait, we will of course be talking about this. And finally, Sony sees a big opportunity with Palworld, so they've decided to partner up to expand the IP.
And here I thought it was Pokemon.
I hope you're ready for your plushy pals and your almost inevitable anime that is sure to follow these announcements. All that with plenty more sprinkled throughout, and the brightest minds on YouTube have joined me to give their expert analysis. Welcome to the Cash Consumer live stream. Okay, look at that, we're live.
What was the warning?
I'm sorry. I did.
No, you know,
I am.
wait.
That's why we had to push back a little bit. It's like I've been in the background. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. You know, right on. But what's up? Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna introduce our panel. We got Scotty Boozy this morning, the SB from GB. And that's Scotty Boozy from Great Britain, in case anybody didn't know. And then we've got Nos, the indie boss, with us this morning. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Oh, good, man.
Good. It's a nice Saturday morning here.
Yeah,
it's not raining.
Oh,
so there's
that's
that.
a plus. Right on. Well, we've got up to three-digit temperatures now, so it's that time. It's hit. Summer is here in full effect. It's not very nice.
What's three digits in degrees?
Ooh, I think for you it would be like in the 30s. Yeah, 30 plus.
Yeah, 40.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Gosh, it's
Celsius.
definitely not that here. It's 18 degrees, so whatever that is.
Oh my gosh, that's
Which isn't
fabulous.
too bad.
No, I like
18
that.
degrees is what, 68?
Ooh. What? Yeah.
We need to think of the math of this. I don't know how you calculate it.
I
It's
just
not
guess.
as
68.
Honestly,
All right.
I just guess. You give me a number in freedom units, and
It's
I'll
like
try to
that.
figure out what it is in Celsius.
That sounds right. That does sound right, though. Not gonna lie. Right on.
I mean, because most people aren't gonna say anything. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
can be bothered to figure it out.
This is true. It's true, man. But Scotty Boozy, how are you doing? How have you been? How's your
I'm
week?
good, man. Yeah, it's been busy with work.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, it's good. It's logged off Friday, completely logged off. It's just good to shut down from work sometimes because
Oh yeah.
a mistake and advice to people: don't put work emails on your personal phone. That's like a no.
Oh hell no!
No. I made that mistake.
That's a
and
big no. Big
I have
no-no.
a separate phone. I have a separate phone for that my work gives me, and when I am not on call, that phone does not exist. You can
Same.
email me, you can text me on it all you want. I don't give a shit. Oops, sorry, pardon my language. Too early.
No,
this week.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
No,
early.
it's fine.
It's
It's all
hilarious.
good. What about you guys? You have a good week?
Yeah, it's pretty light
Yeah.
over here. Freaking, I think I had one overnighter, and that was it. It was only a day and a half. And I was back home and kicking it with the kids, and I do a little smoking, like not like barbecue. And we did some burgers, and it was freaking delicious. Absolutely, my gosh. And just a quick shout out to my wife. Her birthday's coming up on Monday, I love you, sweetie. And I got some stuff coming for her. She's still like dead to the world right now. She's sleeping, so she has no idea. But we share an Amazon, so it's only a matter of time before she finds out.
Do you guys have that rule, like where if you're close to a period where there's a birthday or Christmas coming up, you don't look at each other. You don't look at the Amazon account. You don't look at orders.
We don't have
look at
that
bank
agreement.
Statements. You don't look at credit cards.
Dude, we
So
don't.
there's no spoilers.
No, just all of a sudden
No?
she'll be
Oh,
like, "Oh, thank you," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did order you something on Amazon."
Oh man, no,
know.
like we have this rule. I mean, we don't even buy anything for ourselves in the month of December, just in the case that you might buy something that somebody else already got you, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
We'll put it this way: we have those rules for a reason.
Well, yeah,
And,
yeah.
I'm kind of that reason.
It's usually us. It's usually us. Either I'll completely forget, or she'll like, "Oh, thank you for getting me this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was trying to think of ways to to get her something without her knowing, but then I was like, you know what? It's too much brain work going on. Amazon.
You gotta use cash. You can't leave a paper trail,
It's true. It's true.
right?
This
Cash
is
under the mattress vibes.
in the walls.
Shoebox in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Gangster. I think he buried it next to his doghouse or something like that.
Oh.
But I mean, we've got a lot to talk about, but we do have some like smaller topics. I've got 2 trailers that I want you guys to take a look at. Yeah, no, this the first one we're going to get into is supposed to be a spiritual successor to Metal Gear. I don't know if that's ringing any bells for you guys.
I just heard Metal
definitely
Gear.
got Scotty's attention, but
Yeah,
again,
I
I
just
still
heard
haven't
Metal
played a
Gear.
Metal Gear game, so
Right on.
we'll
Right on.
get to it. We'll get
Yes. Oh yeah, we will get there. It's a pretty hefty one, so we'll get going into it and then put it in the background and we'll discuss it while it's going. But if you don't mind, we'll get into that real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let me make sure
Give
this.
me a chance to finish my coffee.
There you go. Same. I was actually, since I pushed it back, I was like, oh, let me go refill my coffee. But then the time just got away from me. And here we are. I'm a sip away from finishing it. And that sucks.
On Saturdays, I wake up for this stream. I wake up before my wife does,
Oh, very cool.
which I almost never do. When I go downstairs and I pour my coffee, I shut off the coffee maker.
Mhm.
And she just messaged me a little while ago. Like, why did you turn it off again? I'm like, oh, force a habit. I'm so sorry. Nobody should have cold coffee unless they want to.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's get into it. I'm sorry, guys.
That's right.
That's great.
We don't know where they are.
Yeah.
We don't know how much time they have left.
If you want me to save them, I have to know which doors lead where.
You can't.
Now we're in a castle.
Oh, is that the gameplay? Okay. All right.
I found one.
Huh.
Looks like I'm in a subway.
Now we're in a metro.
Moving on.
Oh shit. Yeah, definitely getting the Metal Gear Solid vibe.
Alright. Let's see where this leads.
Next station unknown.
Oh, what?
What the hell?
Did you just transition to?
Inside a military base. Activating the map maker.
Is that where Portal comes in? I've not played Portal, but I've seen Portal. Maybe that's where it comes in. You just warp somewhere else or something. Oh, look at the graphics on the tank. Oh, look at the guy's clothing. Blowing in the wind.
Oh, well, that's a nice detail.
Stealthy approach advised.
Too late.
Go for cover, man.
This is a no man's land at the minute.
This kind of reminds me of like Crisis.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that. And there's another game. Is it Deus Ex as well?
Oh, yeah. The newer ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Shit.
All right. That's you know, I'm not mad at this.
Whoa. Neither am I. It's looking crazy.
Yeah.
This is like a bullet time with a slow-mo sort of
Yes, so
effect.
that's what I was thinking too, right? That's Max Payne.
This
Or, you
is-
know, Matrix or whatever. But so
Yeah.
in the
Wow.
story reveal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
looks interesting.
Oh, here,
Yeah.
we got more. I think this is a boss.
I don't know how I felt about that
Oops.
boss design. It kind of looked like it was wearing
Here, let's
it kind of looked like it was wearing like a Generation 1 Iron Man outfit. Like, you know, the one that he's building when he's in the cave in the first Iron Man movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
With a
right on,
plastic
right on.
raincoat on top of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't sure about that. But really, I mean, ultimately to me, gameplay is more important than graphics. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
Looks
I'm-
interesting.
I'm not gonna lie. So this supposed spiritual successor is going to be done by let me get the name real quick. Motion Blur. It's a AAA studio out of Istanbul, which is crazy.
Really?
And the gameplay looks amazing. It looks sleek. I want to say it's done in Unreal Engine, so obviously it's going to look really good. Where the problems arise for me is this.
The face.
This face looks not good. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
that doesn't look like a real person to me. It takes
It's
me
not
out of
bad.
it. It's not
If
bad.
if
No,
it's
by
your
any
style
means.
and it's
but-
consistent throughout, then it's I don't know. It's more
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I saw that and I
Yeah.
thought, ooh, that doesn't look finished.
Right.
but-
Yeah.
I think you know what it is. We've seen, we saw the guys wearing the suits or the jackets, the way it was blown in the wind, the attention to detail. You could see it, like when the guy threw the grenade and everything, and you saw the mist of it. Those graphics were good.
Yeah.
And I think because we've seen all of that and we've seen the face recognition, it's not on par with it.
Right.
The facial like motion cap, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not on par with it. And obviously we play modern day games as well, and it looks realistic.
Yeah.
These days, like
Yeah.
the games we've seen recently.
Mhm.
So I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Does the game have a release date?
Let's
Do we
get
know
to
about it?
Let's see. It does
It
not.
just look-
And it looks
Okay,
like
so then-
it's only going to release on Steam and Epic Game Store for now.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Steam. It's not even listed on Steam.
will also available on GeForce Now. So it looks like it's not going to have a console release for now. You know, I definitely want to keep an eye on this because the gameplay is ridiculous.
I hope it's got a story though.
It looks like it will.
Yeah.
You watched Matrix Reloaded, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know that long hallway with all the doors? It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
giving me those vibes, dude. I love it. I think, and I don't know where the Portal comparison, because again, I haven't played it either along with you guys, but I guess that's the Portal comparison. But
I think it is on the subway. I think where he left the subway. We call it a tube here, by the way. Fun fact.
I love it.
When he got off the tube on a subway, immediately he was on the surface on concrete, and it's like, whoa, how did he get there?
Yeah. If that thing
So-
is moving, I can't imagine what that would do to your brain. Like the train's moving and you're running through it, and then all of a sudden you go through a door and it's like stable. I think you would need a second to just kind of readjust, let your mind catch up with what's going on. I don't know. That's kind of cool.
So I'm just reading about it on the website. A secret group of scientists called the Architect summons you for a mysterious mission. Save the captives and uncover the truth behind a cataclysmic event. But none of you know what's behind the doors. Are you ready to open them? Black State opens a new door in the single player, story-driven action-adventure TPS genre, offering a photorealistic, you want to go back to that face again? Action experience with countless elements of surprise that gamers have been demanding for so long. I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
This guy's thinking, "What do you mean I don't look good?"
Yeah, I know.
It's well, it's not that he doesn't look good. It just doesn't look. I don't know. There's something about it. It just doesn't look finished to me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a release date, so it's not like this is coming out next week. There's plenty of time to fix all of this and give it some polish.
Yeah.
But why you'd show that in a trailer? I don't know.
It's like, how
You
close
could
are
have
you
just
to
gotten away with
release
showing the gameplay, and that would have been enough.
100%. Yes. Yes.
True.
I gotta say
Yeah.
the lead up was pretty good.
Like,
Even
I never
that is
want a
kinda-
game to fail.
That felt.
I
Go for it. Sorry.
I want games to succeed. It's just sometimes if we're critical of it, it's because there's things that we notice. That's all.
Yeah. Like this kind
Like
of.
she,
Yeah. She looks good.
It works. Like
yeah.
the glass is detailed. You can see like the reflection on it as well. So that works.
Like, but when you get to here, he kind of. I'm okay. So I no disrespect, but he looks like who's the the actor for Hellboy? Something Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. He kind of reminds me of Ron Perlman.
Oh, the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
I want to. Was he in that? He was
one thing
Hellboy.
he's been in.
He was in. He's been in a ton. He was in Blade 2.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He was one of the hunters, wasn't he?
Yes,
Well,
he
he was part
was.
of his team, I think, right?
Mhm. God, that's out of the Blade trilogy, my favorite. The second was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, it gets a little
Definitely.
cheesy at the end when he's doing wrestling moves because wrestling was at it was peak. So they were putting
Was
it
Triple
in.
H in that one?
No, he was in the third
No,
one.
that was the third one.
Yeah.
Third one.
Yeah. And we
With,
don't talk about that one. We don't. It was that
funny thing
absolutely
is,
was the weakest of
this-
the trilogy. Go ahead. Sorry.
This dude on screen actually looks like somebody I know.
Do not say it.
Surprise!
Really does. I mean,
Don't
he's got
say it.
The guy I know has like larger eyes, but
Mhm.
looks. Oh man, I have to take a screen cap of that for later for my own purposes. But otherwise,
great.
gameplay it looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see and learn more about it and see what it offers that's different from other games in the genre.
I think what it's doing with the portals is pretty slick. I gotta say, it's pretty slick. But yeah, I guess
I just want to see like a section of unedited gameplay, because I don't know how much of this exists just for the trailer's sake.
True.
I mean,
Very true.
they did show quite a bit, but I wanted to understand more about the portals, because if you say this is a spiritual successor to Metal Gear and with portal elements, I mean, Portal's a fairly different puzzle game.
Yeah.
Right. So if there's going to be a puzzle aspect to this, great. And if you can make it work, if you can marry the two different gameplay styles, fantastic.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. No, you pose a very good point. And thank you, Nos, for like giving the breakdown of Black State, because I didn't have any of that prepared. I just had, the name of the game and who made it. Right. But that is very critical. That's critical information that I just blank out whenever I'm preparing.
There's even more. I mean, the website's blackstate.com if anybody wants to check it out.
Oh my gosh. See, Nos, this is why. I mean, it's more than that. It's the voice too. That's probably 80% of it. But the last 20, it's your absolute attention
I do this
to
sort
detail.
of thing. It's honestly, it's kind of routine for me. I do this sort of thing every Wednesday. Every single time I'm playing a different demo,
Right on.
I'm getting the information like what the Steam page is, when it's released, and all that stuff. So this is really nothing new to me.
Very cool. See, okay, I need to get in that mindset, or could just keep coming on the live stream.
Okay, well, we can do that. I mean, we just started doing these trailers like the past
couple weeks,
or streams. So yeah, we'll flesh it out. We'll get there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Thank you. See, you gave me the warm and fuzzies too. Now I'm not all freaking whacked out about it, right? So this next one is going to, with you being a retro gamer, Nas, you might dig this more than most.
Okay.
But it's a top-down space shooter, and it takes some elements like the gameplay from old, but it completely gives it a new paint as far as the graphics. It looks fabulous. It looks so good. So
okay.
Am I
You have
hyping it
no
up too
idea
much?
how, like, I have my hands kind of folded in front of me, and I'm just like waiting. I'm anticipating. I want to love this
Pressure's
already.
on.
I know. Oh,
Please
my
be good.
goodness. Please be good. All right. Let's get into that real quick, and then we'll discuss. This one's way shorter, so we could probably watch this full trailer right here. But
All right.
let's get into it. Hold on, wait. I got it. Oh my gosh. There it is. Professional. We're professional over here. That's what we do.
Here we'll give them hell. I saw like a little screen that had what looked like R-Type on it. Okay. Like, that's all well and good, but
What type of trailer is this? No,
I just wonder why that needed to be in there. Oh, Konami.
Konami are acting up. To be fair, there's like Metal Gear Solid, let's just say, activities in those games. That's all right.
Well, we know why you picked it, right? Very, very obvious reason. I just don't get why you put that in the trailer. It had nothing to do with the game. Okay. This is what I was picturing when you were saying this. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's a lot of games that kind of fit into this. Like Raptor, probably a ton that I just can't think of right now, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, this reminds me of something. Yeah.
I've played so many games like this, and I can barely I can think of the name Raptor for some reason, and that's about all I can think of.
Right on. So for
Yeah.
this one,
That's crazy. Look at
Yeah.
the graphics on that.
Looks pretty good. I have some concerns about Konami being involved with this.
so
This
for
is only
this
for
one,
PS5.
I want to say, is that what I said?
What's the
Ooh.
game called?
Wow.
Cygni, Guns
Yeah.
Blazing? All Guns Blazing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Konami. I think. Do they have like a? I mean,
It's
This is
listed
a-
on the Steam store. Release date of August 5th.
Yeah, that lines up. Right on.
Sorry, it's published by Konami, but it's
Yes,
developed by
Killworks. That's right.
right.
And they're
okay.
based in Scotland. So all
no
the
kidding.
Scotland freaking viewers, which there are none. I check.
You say that. I've
never
got
know.
a few followers from Scotland.
Right on. Okay. Well, shoot.
Yeah, and they,
Everyone
I'm
in
sure they
Scotland
want to
stand up.
retweet it.
I have some from Germany, and I don't understand why, but everybody's welcome.
It's the voice. If they're gonna listen to someone speak English,
There you go again.
I'd rather someone be able to serenade me.
I
You know,
don't serenade. That's something I only do for myself and people who pay me.
you gotta pay for that. That's
But
hilarious.
no, this looks. It looks like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, the gameplay looks fun. I mean, I've loved those kinds of games before.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And having like a fresh
Mhm.
graphical look to it.
Mhm.
Yeah. The game that I'm thinking of, that where Raptor came to mind, was Raptor Call of the Shadows.
Ooh.
And it came out in, holy shit, sorry, 30 years ago. Oh my God, that's a long time. But
Holy.
again, same type of idea where you control a plane and you're at the bottom of the screen and you're shooting either ground-based objects or other enemies and so on and so forth. And there were boss fights in it, but the gameplay was actually really smooth for the time.
Yeah.
it was so good. You could still play this game now, and it holds up. Really,
Oh,
it
yeah.
does. So, yeah, just having a more modern take of it, modern in the sense like graphically, like 2024, not for modern audiences. No, thank you. Well, I mean, honestly, from the trailer when we saw that ass shot, this is definitely not for quote unquote modern audiences.
That's a little bit of fan service.
Yeah. But I like it. Price point's going to be $36
Right
oh,
on.
with the launch for pre-purchase.
Okay.
So that's with 10% off, 36 Canada dollars. So it's going to be priced there. Yeah. You know what?
Mhm.
Kind of interested.
Right on. Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'd buy this when it comes out. Maybe
Mhm.
wait until there's a better sale for it because I've got a ton of games to play. But
Your
yeah,
backlog. Yes.
I'm gonna actually wish list this just so I know,
Yeah.
because wish listing tells you whenever it goes live for
Yep.
one or whenever there's a sale. So
Oh yeah, and it helps
Yeah.
out the developers too. Let them know that people are actually interested in
Mhm.
that, and hopefully they get boosted on Steam. You know.
yeah,
So
Oh, is that what happens?
it is.
mhm.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, cool. That's a cool feature.
I like. Yeah, I like that. It's
Mhm.
anything that helps
Just a way of
developers who are-
showing. Yeah, it's a way of showing your interest in it.
Mhm.
And if
Yeah.
Steam sees a lot of people are interested in something, I'm assuming, I don't know exactly how this works,
Right.
but I'm assuming if they feel like there's a game that has a lot of interest, they're going to do more to promote it, to bring it to more people, so it
Mhm.
generates more interest, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's listed as an indie, action indie, shoot 'em up, arcade shooter.
I think this is Killworks' first project, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that. I think it's Killworks' first one, but they are being, published by Konami. You
Yeah.
know, you see Konami and you're like, oh, they make, they have a Rolodex of AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
Been
It's their first.
in it for a while. Yeah. Sorry.
It's their first one listed on Steam.
Mhm.
As far as video games go, on their website, that's pretty much all they have listed is Cygni, this game.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's their first one, but I could be wrong. So, and does this look like those top-down shooters, they aren't really AAA titles anymore. Back in the day they used to be. But yeah, I don't know if I'd consider like even as good as it looks, I don't think I would consider it a AAA title even.
Well, AAA refers to the budget,
Right.
doesn't it?
Pretty much. And it like
This,
to me, so like if let's say, oh god, Remedy Control, to me that didn't look like a AAA game. It looked like a AA game. And they spent what, like $75 million on it.
really?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Hold on, wait. No, Alan Wake was 75 million. Sorry. I'm sorry, Sam, over there at Remedy. Alan Wake was 75 million, but Control, it looks like they didn't spend $75 million on it. It does look like a AA game to me, but it was a lot of fun. And story was wacky, but good.
I picked up
I'm
that
sort of
game
doing that.
on Sony for on my Sony PlayStation Plus,
Mhm.
and I haven't played it.
It's
I
good.
have Control. I haven't played it yet.
It's good. I think it's good. A lot of
It's good.
not a lot, but some reviews of the people that I watch on YouTube, they say the gameplay can get repetitive, like your moveset can get repetitive. I didn't see that. I thought it was good from beginning to end. Thought it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Maybe
game.
I'll
It shares the
give it a
same universe as well as Quantum Break,
Mm-hmm.
Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Because it's all Remedy, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there's the Easter eggs. It was pretty cool. It's
Is Sam, he talked about wanting to turn it into like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He wanted to create his own universe for his
could have worked.
character.
It still
Oh, yeah.
can work. To be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Their new DLC, it showcases a lot of characters from other properties that not a lot, but like some side characters. You got the woman from Control, she's in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I love what they did with that. Yeah, good stuff. But we got some more peripheral stuff. I thought was some interesting topics. The first one we're gonna get to, Redbox is officially dead. unfortunately. And so I was thinking Redbox. You guys don't know what that is, do you?
I understand it was like a way of another way of renting movies,
Yes.
right? You had like a little unattended kiosk
Yeah.
thing where, I never used it.
So
I remember
great.
seeing these thinking, what the hell is this?
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Because from what I heard, they had locations across the U.S. I didn't know they went out of the U.S. That's cool. Right on.
Mhm.
Right on.
But I never used it.
Redbox or
Mhm.
Rentbox.
Redbox.
No, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Probably don't have it.
Right on.
But you're going to tell
I
us?
thought they were
Yes.
they were dead a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, it's ever since Netflix, they were hanging on for a while. They're hanging on for a while. But let's get into the article real quick and then we will discuss. All right. Yes. Okay. So this is by, I want to say Gizmodo. This is being pinned by Oscar Gonzalez. Redbox is now dead. Say so long to those red kiosks outside of the convenience store. They were outside of supermarkets and grocery stores and all that good stuff. It says another victim of streaming services falls as Redbox's parent company, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, files for bankruptcy. Now I do remember the Chicken Soup. Here, let me close this. Good Lord.
Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment? What a name.
You know what? I've never seen anything like this. So, have you seen anything like this, Noz?
I believe so, yeah.
That's crazy. So, sorry, Fox.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand how this works because I've not seen anything like this. So, I'm assuming you put money in. Well, you put your credit card, debit card on there, and you rent a movie.
Yep. So you pick the movie from this side.
Wow.
They have a showcase right here. You pick it on
You know
here.
what? Man, like we are so far behind as a nation, honestly. This is crazy.
No, stop. You guys have Netflix, yeah? So you're
Yeah,
good.
I mean-
you're all caught up.
No, but the fact you guys have had this for years.
Yeah.
From what I understand, like you could scam this, right? People were doing that where they were just putting back DVDs of other movies.
That's hilarious. Yeah. They were doing that.
So
It does have this
I'm so gonna clip that what I just said, by the way, because like the nation needs to see it. This is really bad.
Oh my gosh. So it was a natural evolution. You had your Blockbuster where you go to the brick and mortar and rent a movie or game, and then you had your Redbox where they had the kiosk outside of like wherever you went, and you could get a movie. I don't think they got into games. Maybe they did.
I can't remember.
I'll look that up later. And now you have your streaming services, and you have your drawbacks and the obvious pro for streaming services is you can do it out just inside your home. You don't have to leave your house, which is great. But now they're nickel and diming the pricing tiers, which is unfortunate. They kind of got you by the balls, for lack of a better term. They got you now.
So I did want to quickly look this. I was already like halfway typing this when you mentioned whether or not they did games. And
Yeah.
Redbox did rent games.
Okay.
For a while. They stopped in 2019.
Oh, bummer. That's probably why they went out of business. No, I'm just kidding. It was a better idea that was out there. That's why. But the parent company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in June 29, according to a report from Deadline. Now, as I understand it, Chapter 11 doesn't mean that you're going out of business. I want to say that's Chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken. But
Chapter 11's bankruptcy protection, I believe.
Okay.
So usually, I think what happens at this point is they bring in some consultants to see what you can do with your business to bring it back from the brink.
Yeah, and that means you put your debts on hold. Is that right?
I don't know. Usually, it requires like it's. I think it's contingent on what the plan is to turn the state of the company around.
Okay.
So there's usually like reorganization, consultation that comes in and basically looks at how did this happen? Well, we need to fix this. If we can fix it, then it's like you have a one-up. You have an extra life.
Okay.
come back and reinvent your business and make money again. And if you can't do that, you fail, and then
Right
you
on.
go bankrupt.
Gotcha.
I mean, I am positive that there is a lot more to it than that. But I think in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
Because creditors have to approve of the reorganization plan
Okay.
before it can go forward.
Very cool. All
And I
right.
know.
That point, I had no idea. I didn't know that you could get creditors in there to, discuss a plan on how you move forward. So
Yeah, it's like you're in a boxing match.
Mhm.
You get knocked down.
Mhm.
That state where you're knocked down before you either continue the fight or you give up.
Yeah.
That's chapter 11.
Breaking it down Barney style. I love that.
I'm playing too much big boy boxing. So.
Like your videos though, they're so dang entertaining though. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Especially with those, see, so we're gonna read these first two paragraphs. There's not much more to this story, but just to whoever wants to know, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, a spin-off company named after the popular self-help books, racked up almost $1 billion of debt and had issues paying employees and covering their benefits. On Wednesday, the bankruptcy court allowed that Chapter 11 to change to Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which means the company's assets can start being liquidated, according to the Wall Street Journal. Chicken South for the Soul went public in 2017 and began acquiring some of the lesser-known digital services, such as Popcorn Flicks, Crackle, and then Redbox in 2022 for $370 million. The company has a lot of lenders to pay back, and the latest court hearing indicates that an injection of cash wouldn't help pull the company out of the massive amount of debt. The judge also noted that there might have been a possible misappropriation of funds. Of course, there's always that. Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment CEO Bart Schwartz stepped down from his position just weeks after getting the job.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's a great sign.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
When I become the CEO of a business, and if it looks viable, it looks like it's going to go strong, I'm going to quit within a couple of weeks. That's a great sign. Oh man.
So I do like this because it puts a spotlight on going public, as just companies do, because they want more money to do more things. So I want to say Shift Up, the makers of Stellar Blade,
yeah.
They just went public, which is great because they have this huge influx of cash that can get injected into their business, and they can work on more projects. Speaking on that, I think they're considering a Stellar Blade 2, and they're working on another project that is for sure. They're working on another project, but they might be coming out with a Stellar Blade 2. They're still considering that, which is awesome. But if they don't do well, they might be looking at a Redbox situation, but if they would have kept it small, there is no shorting the stock or people getting scared because their next project might be a slow moving but ultimately long game, makes tons of money, but the initial sales might not be where the investors want it to be, so they all start jumping ship and they start losing tons of money. I don't want that to happen to Shift Up. I don't like that there's a possibility now. So that those are the dangers of going public with your company. I wish them the best because I still haven't played the full game, but the demo was amazing. So I hope they do continue to do great things, and I hope they don't go belly up because of going public or something like that. But sorry,
I don't think they'll go belly up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't like the idea of them. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of them going public because now you have more voices that can influence your product.
That is also true. That's probably the main point right there. Thank you.
Yeah. You create. I mean, they created a product that is beloved. I mean, it did huge numbers.
Yep.
And got a lot of attention. Most of it positive. And now you've sort of changed how the company works. You're now public.
Yep.
So are they going to be able to do the same things that they did with Stellar Blade now being a publicly traded company? I don't think so. I mean, I hope I'm wrong.
Right.
But I would be watching this with a side eye. I would not assume that the next product they release is going to be the same quality or caliber, because there's now a new influence in the picture. You've got somebody new in the tent who has the ability, not saying that they'll use it, but has the ability to influence the final product. So if you love Stellar Blade, great.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade 2 comes out, I would wait, because the workings behind the scenes may affect the final product.
That's right.
That's all I'm going to say.
They're a slave to the investors now, and not, not slave, but like, they answer to investors, not consumers anymore. That's the biggest problem when a company goes public, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's more people to answer to. There's more fingers in the pie, so to speak. In terms of creativity as well, to be squashed.
Yes,
you know what I mean? To go public anyway.
They I don't think they needed to. Honestly, I don't think they needed to. They did see they did really well on their first day going public. They did really well, so I'm glad to see that. But I mean, scary. They didn't need to go public, though. To answer your question, they didn't need to.
And the fact that they did is one of those things I wonder. Like, you didn't need to do this. You could have stayed a private company. You chose not to.
Yep.
Why? And I mean, I understand that there's the opportunity to make more money for, great, sure, but that's going to affect your product potentially. So what was really your motivation to begin with? Was it really to make the best games you possibly could, or was it just to make money?
Yeah.
And that's just my cynical brain. That's how my thought process works. I don't have any answers. I'm not claiming to. I'm just wondering about this.
Those are great questions, though. Those are great questions.
Yeah, it's a very good point, because typically when you go public, to me, that sounds like one thing. You want to go to market, you want investors involved, or someone's purchased the product you've created, and you've been given a handsome reward for it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, because as you said, Nas, why would you need to go public? I can't see any other reason to go public.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
If you have a Palworld situation where you have more money than you know what to do with.
But then you can only hope that if there's investors involved, they invest in the game, keep the same creativity that was there when they created the first game, and it doesn't get to a point where it's like, right, we have a checklist now. You got to tick these boxes before you release it. I.e., the game's got to have this, the game's got to have that. Oh no, it can't be too difficult, blah blah blah, because you've got some audiences who don't like difficult games.
This game doesn't make as much money.
I'm being serious.
This game doesn't make as much money as it potentially could. So we're going to put microtransactions everywhere. We're going to have an ad pop up every 5 to 10 minutes. We want in-game advertisements. We want product placement. We want all this stuff. Because it could happen. We've seen it happen. It could turn into an EA game. With the amount of advertisements that are baked into it.
Yes.
So
I can't believe. Side note, I can't believe EA are doing that. I mean, Nas said this to me.
Can you?
On Nas's streams. And like EA having an ad in your game. Can you imagine? Like you're playing a game. I don't know. The ball goes out, or it's halftime, or something, and there's an advert, and you're like, "What the hell?"
This stoppage of time has been provided by I don't know. What's I'm trying to think of Vodafone or whoever, like some sort of,
or EE or something, or BT or something.
By BP,
or EA themselves.
This game is brought to you by us.
You will like it.
Little
you will like these ads.
No, I can't find the article, but I do remember Sarah Bond saying something like that. And how, looking at ads in game, and how, how that strategy can fit into, our strategy. She actually said that. And that's what really, like, it made me sour on Xbox a lot. Now, I like Sarah Bond. I like her a lot. But I think that is not the way to go. I'm not sure she's commented anything else on that. But ads in games, don't do it. Don't do it. The uprising will crater your company. I don't care how big you are.
Sarah Bond also stated that Gamepass users will be able to play games on day one. So that ain't true anymore.
No. And then their exclusive strategy too. Looks like that's They soft pedaled that one too.
Anytime you see one of these meetings where one of these CEOs comes up and explains the business, you have to wonder who the hell this meeting is actually for.
Yeah,
and it ain't for gamers most of the time.
Right, exactly. 100%.
100%.
Oh yeah. Right on.
That's a good way of looking at it. I never saw it like that. Yeah, Nas is on form today.
Yes, he is.
Oh no, just super cynical.
It's that coffee.
I'm always like this.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe if I stop drinking coffee, I'd actually see like sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, that I don't know. I wouldn't trust you, Nas, if you started doing that. It's like,
well, it's fine because I'm
Nas
not going to
has
stop drinking coffee ever.
Yeah,
it's like Nas has
Stuck
changed.
into my veins.
It's changed. Where's the cynical Nas we used to know and love? Goodness.
Oh, he started drinking decaf and he's never been the same.
Oh my gosh, right on. I think we wrapped that one up pretty good. Let's move on to our next one. This one has to deal with Metal Gear, and they are creating a live action movie. And I'm super pumped for this.
Oh, yeah?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this. I know. The translation to live action is not great. The track record is not great. They have more losses than they have wins, but I'm really looking forward to this one because I think it will translate well because it's pretty well grounded. There's some wacky stuff in there, but overall, I think this story is pretty grounded. But it's in production hell. Like they are still like at the level where they're still writing the script, and we'll read into it. There was some stuff I didn't know, but let's get into the article and then we'll discuss. So this one's coming from IGN. This is being penned by Wesley Yin Poole. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Metal Gear Solid movie script still being worked on, producer says. We are going to, where are we? Where is it? Okay, here. I'm trying to, oh, here, okay, sorry. The latest update came over 2 years ago, March 2022, when Star Wars and Marvel star Oscar Isaac. We're searching like Solid Snake. We're climbing through air ducts. We're looking for the story. Since then, nothing with Isaac reportedly no longer, nothing with Isaac reportedly no longer set to play Snake, which was a big loss. I love Oscar Isaac, man. I think he's great in everything he does. But now, speaking with Brian Crescent, hopefully I pronounced that right, as part of his newsletter, Game, producer Avi Arad provided an update saying the script is still in development. I'm gonna skip down. Right, this is good. The Metal Gear movie was said to be in development at Sony Pictures with Kong Skull Island's Jordan Von Roberts, and he's supposed to be directing a Thundercats movie, which I'm super excited about too. I'm so excited about all this stuff. And he's on board to direct. Speaking in 2017, Von Roberts discussed how tricky it is to turn Metal Gear into a movie. It is one of the most tricky and idiosyncratic properties on the planet. Can you tell I don't know what that word means? Where the creators
I don't either.
Yes.
Nope. Go on, nuts.
Sorry, I just wanted to, because I thought I knew what the word meant, but a structural or, is this right? Structural or behavioral characteristic peculiar to an individual or group. Oh, okay. Something or someone acts out of character.
Oh.
All right.
I don't know if I would put that on. It's weird and wacky, but Snake still acts like Snake. You know what I mean? I don't know. It would also be one of the easiest properties for Hollywood to mess up. True. You can say that about any game, really. I mean, look what they did to my boy Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh,
Jesus.
Don't. We don't talk about that.
It's like, oh, it's one of the hardest. No, for Hollywood game and like anime adaptations, I'm like, how bad is it gonna be? You know, the Mario movie was full of Easter eggs. I loved that movie. It was pretty great, but it was Easter egg heavy. That carried it. Nostalgia really carried it, right? And then Sonic was pretty good. Not great though. But you know, would I watch it again? For sure. You know, but they just have trouble adapting game and cartoon and anime. They just have problems doing it. I don't know what
Can
the
I ask
problem
a
is.
question?
Yeah, of course.
because this is something I've actually been thinking of for the past couple of days. Live action adaptations of games for both movies and TV.
Yeah.
Who is asking for these? I don't mean I don't have an edge to that question. I'm genuinely curious. Who's asking for these adaptations?
I don't think anyone's asking for them. So let's just say if they came out with, oh, we're going to do a live action Gargoyles movie, I'm gonna think of
Agree. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
So
there's some games and like you just want to leave it alone. Sorry, Box.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But like,
please finish your point.
So the funny thing about that is I go back and forth. I want to see Goliath in all his CGI splendor. It's got to look something like freaking Avatar, though. It's got to look good, right? But to have, I can't even remember, what is his name?
Keith David up
there voicing a live action Goliath. Oh, dude. I'll melt. This is what I'm saying. It will be fantastic, but you have to worry about the story. You got to worry about the modern audience that they try to cater to nowadays. You got to worry about all that stuff. So it's like I go back and forth. I want to see him, but I don't want them to massacre my boy. You know, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I see Nas's point though, because Nas, you know what I thought when reading this article? You did a Fallout video. I was
talking about. I had some thoughts on that.
Yeah, and I think you and I were discussing it in the discussions, and it's one of those, isn't it? It's like you've got these great games we played growing up, X, Y, and Z, and it's like when you create a movie, do you keep the same story knowing that a large majority of people know what the story is, or do you create something new? But and at the same time as well, it's going back to Nas's question, who asks for these? In my honest opinion, I think it's got to a point where movie producers, Hollywood, whoever, are running out of ideas, and it's like, what could we do next? They've already done Marvel, they've already done DC, and it's like, right, what's next? And it just screams video games to me, because there's so many. I mean, they've done Uncharted, which I didn't think was that great, if I'm honest. They've done TV shows as well, like Fallout. I'm not really big on Fallout. I've not really watched it either. I've seen Halo. It started okay. Wasn't a big fan of it. And I just think it's one of those things now where we're in the era now. It's like, right, it's video games. That's the next in line. The Marios, the Sonics. They would work because they're animated.
Yes.
I kind of get that. But then when it's like games like Metal Gear Solid, it's one of those games where when you play the game, it's like a movie as it is. So you don't need to make a movie out of it.
Right on.
It's always easier to suspend. It's always easier to, pardon me. It's always easier to suspend your disbelief for something that's animated too. As soon as it becomes live action, it's like, and you're doing something that you would do in the game, but you're seeing it in live action. It's like, that just looks wrong. It doesn't hit the same way. I think, whenever you announce one of these projects, especially for like a cartoon like Thundercats, for example, you get that initial reaction where somebody's like, ooh, somebody's going to give one of my favorite franchises some attention. This is great. And then people's imaginations start going to work, and they start thinking, oh, well, I hope it's got this. I hope it's got this.
Yes.
It's got this. And they start making a shopping list of all of the things that they want to see in it. And there's no freaking way that the product on screen will ever be able to match up to what's in your imagination.
True. Very true. Right.
So you're almost, I mean, for me anyway, because this, again, the way my mind works, it's just me, but it always happens that I will be disappointed by what's on screen, because I feel like I could have imagined it better, because I know the games, I know the properties you're trying to adapt. What you're doing is not faithful to it. So I'm out. You've basically, again, we've said this before, you've basically just taken the skin off of something and you're wearing it around, right? Your Thundercats in name only, your Transformers in name only, your Fallout in name only. Especially a game like Fallout, where there are, and depending on which one that you play, there are multiple ways of playing it. So when you watch a product, when you watch call it a product, when you watch the TV show, you're doing it in only one singular fashion. You're following what the writer thinks that you would do. But meanwhile, if I'm playing Fallout, I'm playing it a completely different way. Every single time. How do you adapt a branching storyline? How do you basically take a choose your own adventure novel and turn it into one single movie and do it faithfully? How do you do that?
Yeah.
I think you're setting yourself up for failure in the long run, because the more of these projects come out and the more times they miss the mark, you'll start getting what the media will eventually call fatigue, and not just dissatisfaction with a whole slew of crappy products.
Yeah.
They'll call it fatigue, blaming the audience for getting tired of them. I'm sorry, but no, I reject that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's another game there as well, Lookbox, the Legend of Zelda movie. Like, that doesn't need a movie.
No. So,
what? No.
The same guy who's directing.
It doesn't need a movie. Like, you know, Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games, if not the greatest game I've ever had the privilege of playing.
Right on.
It doesn't need to be a movie. Just leave it alone. let me have those memories.
So real quick, so the same guy who's directing this did direct the Uncharted movies.
Right. Well,
the public gave years of calls from fans for Hideo Kojima's stealth series.
I'll wait for it to come out on Redbox.
You're gonna be
Scotty's already like drawing up his
on.
business plan. He's like, I'm gonna have these boxes all over the UK.
I'm telling you, man.
Haven't worked on the Uncharted movie. Right on. Which is getting a sequel, by the way.
It's getting a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh,
it did well enough. It did well enough. I was. They just, the casting was all wrong for that. Because Tom Holland, he's still just like a teenager. So it's like,
even he can't be Nathan Drake.
No, a young Nathan, but definitely not a Nathan in his prime. No, not even close.
I mean, I'm not even an Uncharted guy. I haven't completed all the games, but I know he is not Nathan Drake.
Right on. Yeah.
Like, I've only played a little bit of the first one. I don't think I beat it. It wasn't a bad game. I think I bought the collection.
Yeah,
but
all four are great. I love them all.
Yeah, I haven't gone around and played them. But with something like this, do you know what Uncharted is if you've never played a game? If you're a general movie-going audience, do you have any idea? No, probably not. If you don't own a PlayStation,
right?
So you have to put a name on the cover that people will be excited about, and who better at the time than Tom Holland?
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
this guy's on form today, man.
Yeah, no, because that is perfectly.
We got to get butts and seats. How are we going to do that? We need a face people recognize, and we'll couple them with a few more faces that people recognize. You got Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, got Antonio Banderas. Put them on the cover.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
how it goes. That's how you get bust and seats, especially if it's for something you don't know it's gonna do well. It's like we got to get some A-listers in here to kind of boost it up for the people who aren't familiar with this thing. And if you went and saw Uncharted, you think it's like just a heist movie, which I think it's way more than that. With the games, it's so much more than that. It's like it has to deal with legacy. It's really it was a good popcorn flick, turn your brain off and watch. But as far as Uncharted, it's Uncharted in name only, like you said a million times. Even this stream, Nas. Just this stream. Oh my goodness.
It's funny. I'm just on IMDb and I'm just reading one of these featured reviews, and the top line is doesn't do the games justice by any stretch.
Trust me,
this is true. Man.
And I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't comment on it. It's just this is what I'm thinking from the outside. And I might have a different opinion if I watch the movie, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, they've got a bunch of Easter eggs from I think all different Uncharted games, because I went with a few mates and they were telling me, oh, that's an Easter egg from that one, that's an Easter egg from that one, X, Y, and Z.
Bunch of member berries.
Member berries. That's how they operate.
Remember Uncharted? Yeah, I remember. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When I say member berries, do you have any idea?
No, I'm just laughing. It sounds funny.
I remember.
You got to watch that episode of South Park where they're talking about like member berries and how.
I watched South Park in years.
You can find. I made my wife watch it because she had no idea what I was talking about. So I found a clip on YouTube that basically explains what member berries are, and I just recommend watching. I think it was only like 7 minutes or so. So because you'll hear that referenced a lot with these kinds of movies and stuff like that, where they're just trying to capitalize on that nostalgia, right? Key jangling, member berries, those types of terms.
Here, check this out.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Why's that scene so weird?
Because they're all talking, they're all reminding Stan, like, hey, remember this?
Oh,
Remember
they're
that?
adorable.
Wow, South Park's graphical now. Look.
South Park's always seems to be on point. And it's really good. I don't know if you can hear the audio right now. I can't. But
Yeah, I can hear it on the screen. Oh my gosh, you just sounds that just sounds high.
because he's high on nostalgia.
Remember when there weren't so many Mexicans? Remember tricorders? I remember. Remember Chewbacca again? Remember? I remember.
Every once in a while, there's an episode where someone says, "Okay, you're not a South Park guy, but you have to watch this," and this was one of them.
That could be the thumbnail.
Dude, I'm about to cry. That's so funny. Oh, dude, that's so good. They went in on that one. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You only like your cheeks hurt from laughter. Oh shit.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great. Oh my gosh. What a sidebar. That was fantastic. Oh. But I've only seen the clip where, I remember. I didn't go through the entire freaking deal.
Oh, there's like a whole like sinister plot, I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that episode, but it's worth a watch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
See if I can find the exact one in case anybody else is curious.
Yeah. Yeah, what is the name of that? I just exited out of it. Didn't even look for the name.
It's first episode of the 20th season.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. That looks hilarious. But I think, dude, you guys have been killing it. It's like all the comments about the first and second story that we went over, dude, ridiculous. Don't even know how we got into Shift Up, but I think that was a great segue.
However, we're talking about like companies and finances and things like that.
Going public, yeah. But we're gonna get into one of our major stories now. This one is Sony and Palworld decided to team up. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is Pokemon and Nintendo. And you got your merchandise, you got your games, you've got your anime series. And I think that Sony is going this direction. We might have to take a little bit more time with this one just to like dig a little deeper, see what these guys who are like knee deep in the industry know. So I'm gonna switch over and then we'll discuss after.
All right.
Yep.
Right on. Power Dev signs deal with Sony to form Power Entertainment and expand the IP. This being pinned again by Wesley Yin Poole. Hopefully, again, I'm not butchering your name. But
you should just say it differently every single time and hope you get it right.
Okay, Wesley Yin Poole. We'll go with that one because that one that's the one I wanted to go with first. But I just like Poole. We'll go with that one.
You'll get it right one of the times.
One of the times. Maybe
it's a numbers game.
It's a rare one. We have the same freaking journalists, writing the article. It's usually different freaking outlets and different journalists on different ones.
Well, I mean, this article is not very long, so
right on. We'll just breeze right through it then. The developer of Palworld has signed a deal with Sony to form a new business called Power Entertainment to capitalize on the breakout success of the video game by expanding the IP. Japan-based Pocket Pair announced a joint venture with Sony Music Entertainment in Japan and Aniplex. And am I wrong, Scotty? You would know this. Is Aniplex it was an anime studio? Is that right?
Yes, I believe it was. The reason why I say that is because I remember watching a few animes and it had a
Aniplex
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what jumps out to me. It's like, they're gonna try to make this an anime. But in Japan, Aniplex to establish Power Entertainment for the purpose of accelerating the multifaceted global development of Palworld and its further expansion. This is not a publishing deal for Palworld, the video game, or an acquisition by Sony, rather an attempt to make the most of the game's huge popularity with non-video game products, such as merchandise and music. the newly formed business, headed up by Pocket Pair CEO Takuro Mizobi, is responsible for global licensing and merchandising activities associated with Palworld. Palworld dubbed Pokemon with guns. We know this. The player count exceeded 25 million in a month. With Palworld,
guns.
yeah. Becoming the biggest third-party Game Pass launch of all time in an incredible 15 million copies sold on Steam alone. In March, Mizobi confirmed Palworld cost less than 1 billion yen, that's $6.7 million, to make, and had made tens of billions of yen, so tens of millions of dollars. For context, 10 billion is around 67.2 million. Mizobi admitted the profits were too big for a studio with our size to handle. You know, so that's why you would, you know, partner with someone who has their feet in anime, music, technology, all that good stuff. Palworld is one of the biggest game launches of all time, but it is also one of the most controversial. Pocket Pair has said its staff received death threats amid the Pokemon rip-off claims, which it has denied. Soon after Palworld's launch, Nintendo moved quickly to remove an eye-catching Pokemon mod that I don't think that had anything to do with Palworld. Then the Pokemon company issued a statement saying, "We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to Pokemon." At the time, IGN asked lawyers whether Nintendo could successfully sue. Pocket Pair recently insisted it has yet to hear anything from either Nintendo or the Pokemon company. Pocket Pair has also teased Palworld PlayStation, which it only is on Steam and Xbox at the time, right now. But it's also still in early access, which is so weird. And today's announcement, such as release, seems closer than ever. So it hasn't actually released. But it is on Steam and Xbox for early access, which is really weird. I'm so old. Apparently,
I've never heard this game before until
Really?
you mentioned it, Fox.
It's huge. It's been huge. 32 million. They peak concurrent player on Steam of 32 million. Where did I just see that? Or
Is it
25 million in a month?
Is it? Sorry, Fox. Is it cut from the same cloth as what's those games? Battle Royale, those type of games.
No, it's
very much
survival
is.
kind of.
It's survival crafting, but it is very much Pokemon with guns. It's very weird when you. I remember watching the trailer for it and thinking, "Oh, this looks like Pokemon. Why does that person have an automatic rifle? Why are they shooting these creatures? What the hell's going on?" That was literally my thoughts when I was watching it.
Right on.
I had never played a Pokemon game.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So this was weird to me.
Like Blastoise and these like proper.
I've seen
water gun,
Pokemon
like-
games. Like I'd seen Pokemon games, but I never actually played one. So just seeing someone walking around with an automatic rifle, just gunning down these cute animated creatures, just felt so wrong to me.
Hey, 25 million people are like, I'm into it. So there.
That's so
25
true.
million people disagreed. So
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Well, last time I checked, I mean, Pokemon characters didn't actually walk.
They do.
Some of them do, don't they?
Yeah. Like
No, as in like hold things like guns and stuff. Last time
Oh
I
no,
checked.
no.
Yeah.
No,
so like in theory, they're not. Well,
They
you know what,
they
I'm saying
hold
that.
weapons. Some of them do. I'm trying to think. The
I last
Pokemon-
left Pokemon at 150, by the way, which was Mew or Mewtwo. That's-
Same.
Then after that, I'm like, that's it.
I was like, where were you hiding the rest of these SOBs? Were they just underground the entire time? Get out of here with that garbage. No, absolutely not. 150. Yeah. That's how many Pokemon there are. You know, it's, I don't know. It's because how do you
You know
square
what?
that circle? You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
oh,
this
we've
is
got
it.
150 Pokemon. Oh, look, now we've got 200. It's like, where'd they come from? What?
Doesn't make any sense. But
They
you
came
know what?
from
It's
over
got
that mountain over there. They came from off screen.
to be fair, the franchise has got a lot of longevity in it
It
because
does,
obviously
yeah.
us growing up, we had Pokemon cards, obviously, if you guys know.
Mhm.
And there's one guy I follow. He does Pokemon card reveals,
Very cool. Yeah.
and it's crazy how there's Pokemons I haven't seen before,
Mhm.
but it's very popular even in this day and age.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, wow. And you just think, like, because obviously back in the day we had like the Pokemon cards. I never kept my cards; I got rid of them.
Oh.
But if you kept those cards now, can you imagine the
Oh,
shinies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'd be in there.
Any game, any card game where that's still going on right now. Like if you have a Magic the Gathering original Black Lotus, for example, I think that thing is worth like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. And
That's
at the
nuts.
time, you didn't think anything of it.
Mm-hmm.
You just treated it like crap. You didn't realize it was going to be worth this much, right?
We weren't collectors. We were actually
No, we were
like
just
in the
playing the game.
trenches. Yeah.
Yeah,
We love this stuff. Right on. And some of the action figures I have back here, I haven't even taken them out of the box. Not because I want them to resell or anything like that. It's just they look better in the box.
Just because, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I mean, with this deal, what do we think is going to happen? Do we think that they're going to have the Palworld anime coming out soon? Obviously, they can make a lot of money with the merchandise, the shirts, plushies. Holy crap, dude. The potential to make a lot of money is there for sure. Sony saw it for sure. I think they were waiting until Nintendo was like, we can't sue. And Sony was like, all right, Palworld.
Yeah.
We're in business.
I was thinking that too. Like they just waited to see if a lawsuit would surface.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to. I mean, I feel like if there was going to be a lawsuit, given the size of Pokemon and the success of Palworld, it would have been leaked. Someone would know something somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? Maybe that information is out there and nobody's found it yet. Nobody's come across it, but I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as soon as one person knows about it, everybody knows about it because of the players involved.
Yeah.
But I think this is good for Palworld. Obviously, this is great for Palworld. Partnering with these two companies, especially Aniplex, which is a publisher of anime and games as well. So they may actually, if they have like offshoots of Palworld, like sequels or just breakaway games, that could help with them. As well as merchandising. So like a whole ton of little Palworld stuffies or action figures or whatever.
Oh,
so
holy shoot.
Yeah, that's in there as well. This is not a publishing deal for the Palworld, the video game. Okay, never mind. Or an acquisition by Sony, rather an attempt to make the most of the game's huge popularity with non-video game products. So that actually could include anime.
Oh yeah, that's
the
first.
If they go into anime, that's might be dangerous waters if they go into anime though, because that's when you immediately think of Pokemon, isn't it? Straight away.
They would have to make it a little darker. What's really funny is Palworld is still kind of lighthearted,
dark
even
as
with
it
the
is.
gun. Right, but like if you look at any gameplay, it still feels lighthearted. Even so, I've seen a video where this guy has all these pals like assembling rifles, and it looks like a sweatshop. But for some reason, it still feels lighthearted. I don't know how they did that.
Because the bright colors, I guess.
Maybe.
Because the creatures
maybe my brain's broken. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they show any like blood or gore when you're shooting these things either, right? So that probably lends to it as well. But could you imagine an upcoming game that's called Palworld War, where you have like, oh man, I don't want to give anybody any ideas because I don't know if it would be a good one or not. But Palworld War, where you have different factions that actually, I'm just sorry, all things are firing in my head right now. But where they really kind of lean into the military side of things using these creatures, and you have a world war, but you call it Palworld War. Kind
of like that. To me, the first thing that comes to mind is Mewtwo. And using Mewtwo as a weapon for war.
Yeah, did they not? I think that's what they were doing.
I think so. Yeah, but he broke out, he put his two-toe foot up their buns, which was
you
good.
Could have it where the pals actually rebel.
Oh, I like that. Holy crap! A revolutionary pal with the headband. Gun in hand. He's like, we are not pals to be controlled,
because I think you
live our own lives.
You can basically control them so they do stuff for you, right?
Yeah.
Sort of like indentured servants, or a less polite way of saying that.
Yeah, we're going to say slaves. That's probably what they are, which is fine. I mean,
no. Some people get really sensitive about that word.
If you don't want to get cancelled.
I'll say it, slave, right? Slaves. The
We're
pals are
just
slaves.
calling it
It's
as it is.
Yeah, man.
We don't
No.
mean anything malicious.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nope.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what direction they go in. I'm
Me
always
too.
curious to see, like, whenever there's a change like this, how it's actually going to manifest.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it's something new to watch for.
Right on. And the only reason I say it for you is like important to have these terms, right? Because slavery,
Yeah.
it does actually have a definition, and it is what these pals are. Some of them, anyway. Some of them are like actual companions. Some of them are indentured servants, and some of them are actually slaves.
Straight up slaves.
Like the ones
I
that
was
are,
looking to it.
assembling
This
the.
game sounds a bit wild.
It is wild,
It kind of does.
but it's so
Yeah.
lighthearted
To your-
still.
to
I
your
don't
point,
know.
Fox, it's 2024, so you can't say a word without somebody's connotation being attached to it. You can't just say a word.
Mhm.
Someone's gonna get offended. Mm.
This is true. This is the day and age we live in. So I get where your worry comes from. I totally get that. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to put
Oh,
you on
no,
the spot
that's
that
fine.
way.
That's fine.
I'm just waiting
Oh,
for the what's the game called again? Palworld. I'm just waiting for the Palworld and Pokemon crossover. Or
They would
imagine
never.
like
They
Palworld
would
taking
never.
some shots in their universe at
They
Pokemon.
would never. They would never. Nintendo.
Can you imagine?
Mm-mm.
There's room for it to sort of deviate from Pokemon in the same way that
Oh my
like
goodness.
Saints Row existed at the same time that
Oh.
Grand Theft Auto did.
Right.
Oh,
Right? I'm talking like
yeah.
the original ones, not the
Yeah.
crappy
Oh,
one that was
what
released.
a game! What a
But
game!
it
The first
basically
two.
took
Mhm.
yeah, like it took what Grand Theft Auto did and just dialed it up to 11, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could
Oh,
I mean you could
man.
do that. You could eventually see Palworld kind of do the differentiate itself enough
Mhm.
from Pokemon where it becomes its own distinct world, its own distinct thing.
Right on.
I'd like to see that.
Me too.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Man, no, you just brought back memories, man. Saints Row. I mean, I was just speaking to my mate about it. Shout out to Adam, Houndland
Yeah.
Gaming. Sorry, Houndlander. He's called Houndlander now. We were talking about Saints Row, and the first one and the second one were just unreal. The third one, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what you're shooting at aliens, and it's like, hold on, what happened to the story when the second one ended? Like, I was so pumped. Did I pre-order? I think I pre-ordered Saints Row 3. Yeah, I did. And then when I played it, I was like, okay, it's just the start of the game. You know, sometimes start of the game is just something wacky. You're like, no, it's just a start. It's just a dream. Someone's having a dream.
Right.
No, this is actually the game. And you're like, I traded that shit in. I was like, fuck this. Excuse my language. That's how passionate I was about it. I was like, nah.
So
He just ruined it for me.
I never played Saints Row just because I didn't play Ratchet and Clank because I had Jack and Daxter at home, right? So I took the same kind of approach with Saints Row. I was like, I have Grand Theft Auto. Why do I need to play Saints Row? I thought it was just a knockoff of Grand Theft Auto, but it, kind of bloomed into its own thing, So and had a solid fan base. So, but I'm not gonna get into Saints Row. I might go back and play Ratchet and Clank, but Saints Row, I'm past the point of caring. The FOMO is not hitting as hard with Saints Row.
No, it will just disappoint you, man. Especially the story. I don't know if you remember those, like the story from the first one, because you create your own saint. I think it's called a saint. You're part of the Saints, the crew. So you create your own character, and then the story is kind of.
I haven't
you
played
haven't?
Saints Row. I've only know about it from friends over describing the game to me.
It's like you create your own character, but the story and the world is evolved around your character. So you need to blend into this crew. You need to be part of them, and it is stuff that Grand Theft Auto does, but I had a little bit more. So like the weapons, the money. I think you can buy properties, buy different cars, X, Y, and Z. But the story was brilliant because at the end of the credits, there's a bit of a twist or something. I can't remember exactly, but there was a bit of a twist, and you're like, wow, I can't wait for the second one.
Right on.
Second one did the same thing, and you're like, oh, well, wow, I can't wait for the third one. The third one comes out, and it's like, what is this? And yeah, you know what? As you said, Fox, we don't talk about that.
It's like the trilogy, man. The third one always seems to just drop the ball. The only one that really did well was Toy Story, I think. Well, there are plenty out there, but yes,
Back to the Future 3 was great.
Yeah.
I've not
It's
seen
not
any of
perfect, but it's what's that?
I've not seen any of this. I know of it. I've not seen it though.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's the guy in the
boy.
car, right? He's
Yeah.
got a car. And...
Yeah,
That car is so
with
so dope. though.
Michael J. Fox
Mhm.
and Christopher Lloyd
Mhm.
and
Love that guy.
other
my God.
people.
He was in the Page Master, which I absolutely love. And he was in what's the kid that bothers everyone? God, Nas. Lend me your brain.
Which movie?
Dennis the Menace. He was in that movie. He was the guy going around stealing stuff out of the houses. Oh my God. Sorry. I don't know why I went there.
Home Alone?
The movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dennis the Menace. And Lloyd was in that. He was the bad guy. He was the antagonist of the story.
Switchblade Sam?
So yes, he did.
I haven't seen that movie.
He didn't. Well, was that it? Yes, never mind. I'm thinking of Archer. It's just like, since when do you carry a switchblade? He's like, it's a long story, mother. And he's like at this shop, and he sees switchblade. He's like, neat. And he goes and buys it. It's freaking
I
great.
missed that show.
Me too. It did start tapering out. Oh gosh. But anyway, go for it. Sorry.
Scotty, go watch Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir.
Like right now. Don't. I mean, you can just
Okay,
leave.
all right.
No, I'm kidding. Like they.
No, I think I've
hold
seen
up.
it on like Netflix, Amazon, or something like that. Everyone's told me about it. I've just never seen it. It's like I mean, I've seen it now, but I saw it quite late. Godfather, the trilogy. Like I saw it quite late, to be fair.
Right on.
And classic.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. I mean, it goes in that order. I think in terms of preference.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the second one edges the first one. Maybe.
We don't talk about Godfather 3.
Yeah.
It's the threes. The threes. Some just dropped the ball
to be fair,
hard.
What held up? American Pie. Just looking at it up there. The wedding. That was right. The Dark Knight Rises was okay-ish. It was good. I mean, yeah, it was good. It was good.
I really need to go back and watch all of those again.
Same. Yeah.
What, the Batmans?
Yeah. Those ones
it
in
was
particular, the Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah,
I didn't like
I
the
remember
voice.
enjoying-
Oh God.
My wife fell asleep during The Dark Knight, which I thought, how the hell do you do that?
Oh, no. It's funny you say that. My mum and my brother went to watch the first Batman, and they fell asleep. And they actually asked me, "Are we in the right movie?" And I was like, "Did you not see the bats symbolizing like the at the start of the movie?" Like,
the man saying, "I am
and I was
Batman."
like,
This, well, I mean, I know I've had it before where I've been sitting at a movie theater and I'm watching trailers, and then after the trailers, I have no idea what movie I'm watching.
Yeah,
But
that's
usually,
true.
once there's the title drop, then you remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
Same. Yeah, I've had that happen. That's great. But yeah, no.
But speaking of Batman, like I will say this: Batman and Robin, that movie, the only movie I've ever walked out of. The only movie I got up, I was watching it with my brother, and we just kind of both turned to each other, and I said to him, like, "This is shit, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is shit. Let's go."
Okay, so
that
I
the
was
one
too
Mr.
young
Freeze?
to know. Yes,
That's the one with like everybody.
Arnold
You had
Schwarzenegger,
Batman,
Jim
you
Carrey.
had-
The Riddler as well.
Yeah.
No. That
Mr.
was
Freeze.
Riddler was
Yeah.
Batman Forever. You had Nicole Kidman. You had
Oh, yeah, Mr. Freeze. And no,
Yes.
yeah, you're
Mr.
right.
Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze was in
Mr.
that one.
It
Freeze.
was
for
on
sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was in the Batman and Robin. You had Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl.
Yes.
Chris O'Donnell as. I was about to call him Batboy. No, Robin. No, not Val Kilmer. You had George Clooney as Batman.
Yes. Yeah.
You had Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. You had everybody in this, and nobody got time. You had too many.
It's like Spider-Man
characters.
3, isn't it? Spider-Man 3, literally, as in the
dude.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3s, where it had Sandman, it had Venom, it had
I haven't watched it. I can't say. I never watched Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
But
so good.
The Tobey Maguire one.
Oh,
But-
and you had the other Venom too, because oh yeah, sorry, I'm an idiot.
Carnage?
No, I'm just an idiot.
No,
Don't
it has.
listen to me.
What's
But Sandman and Venom.
Osborn's son? Yes, Sandman Osborn's son.
Oh yeah,
Harry
the
Osborn.
Hobgoblin.
Wasn't that?
Yeah,
yeah, the Goblin. He
yeah,
was in
yeah.
it as well.
that's right.
Um,
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
See, it's hard to have all of these characters in there with no backstory.
Exactly.
That's why Avengers did so well, because most of those characters had their own movie, or they
That's
were
right.
in other movies. You got to know them as characters.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right on. All right.
We're all over.
What a
the
moment!
Yes,
What a
we
moment!
are.
I like that.
Okay, so we're gonna move into our next major story. Apparently PS5 is continuing pace. Actually, it's exceeding PS4 sales at its same lifespan, right? So that's so all this talk we've been we've these are just the main numbers though. It might be something different next month, who knows? Or when June comes out. But all this talk we've been talking about like consoles going away and things like that. PS4 sold 114 million. PS5 is on pace to exceed that right now. It looks like. So I'm thinking, the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, whoa, so is this just an Xbox problem? Because I want to say the Xbox One sold about 50 something million, and with their consoles on the decline, they're sitting at 32, 34 million Xboxes sold right now. So is it just an Xbox problem? We'll discuss that. Well, let's get into the article real quick. I'm going to jump around. It's going to be weird. So come go with me real quick. So PS5 continues to outpace PS4 in sales while Xbox Series falls behind Xbox One. We are also going to get into an X post. Who's it? Mike Straw, and this is Insider Gaming. The latest gaming sales data has been released for May 2024, and with it comes the most recent numbers regarding overall current generation console sales. Both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X were released the same week, back in 2020, but both have different sales journeys. According to Circana, the PS5 is outselling the PS4 by 8% through its first 43 months. On the other side of things, however, the Xbox Series consoles are behind the Xbox One in sales during the same time span by 13%. They also sit behind the Xbox 360 during that same period. Well, the 360 was freaking bonkers. It sold like 80 something million. Though percentages were given, the Circana data didn't give specifically unit totals for the PS5 and Xbox Series. That said, VG Charts says that as of June 1st, the PS5 has sold 58.7 million units, while the Xbox Series has sold 28.7. So I was wrong on that. And then let's check this out. So we're gonna go here, and this is Shinobi 602, and he links to Matt Piscatella, which I'm now following. But year on year, total spend dropped by 6%, and I think that's industry wide. Year on year, console content spend fell by 40%. So we've talked about this on stream. A lot of people are buying games that are older, or playing games older games, not buying new releases. So that makes sense to me. Partially attributed to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom strong May 2023. And on top of that, they didn't want to release with Tears of the Kingdom dropping, because they knew that was going to be a huge game. But PS5 was the top selling console in units and dollar sales. Switch was number 2 in unit sales, number 3 in dollars, because the Switch is cheaper than Xbox. We'll get into that. Xbox Series was number 2 in dollar sales because it's more expensive, but number 3 in units sold. PS5 sales are up 8% higher than PS4 when launched online. Xbox Series are 13% lower than Xbox One. Ghost of Tsushima was the number 1 selling game, followed by Paper Mario. The something door, I can't remember, at number 2. And COD Modern Warfare 3 at number 3. It's the something door. I can't remember. Yeah.
1,000-year door.
There we go. 1,000-year door. Sorry. The 1,000-year door. Sorry. Helldivers 2 came in at number 4 and continues to be 2024's best-selling game. PlayStation Portal was the best-selling accessory in May and year-to-date 2024. Let's see. We've got Mike Piscatella.
It's really good to have these numbers as well. By the way,
100%.
It's really good. Very insightful.
Yes, and I hate that these companies are bashful when it comes to these numbers. And going back to being beholden to investors, if you have bad numbers, you're going to be less thrilled about putting that out so people can take a look at those, because it might affect the price of your stock, right?
You might even make some decisions to make your finances look better, Microsoft. Sorry, I keep wanting to jump ahead to that, but keep going.
Right on. So looking at these numbers, what are we thinking? Like, what jumps out to you guys for this?
As far as Sony outselling Xbox, as far as PlayStation 5 outselling Xbox, is anybody surprised?
No.
I mean, you can get exclusives for that are released by Microsoft on a PlayStation. Why the hell would anybody in their right mind? I mean, sorry, maybe I should. I do not understand why anybody would buy an Xbox at this point. Let me put it that way. That's a little bit friendlier.
They just dropped a all new, all digital Xbox. Well, they're dropping it from their showcase. Did you see that? It's going to be all digital, big white box. It looks great. Let me.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure him out as well.
If I'm wrong, I'm being sarcastic.
I initially thought you were on about the Fire Stick thing, but this sounds like it's something else.
No. But continue what you were saying. I'm sorry.
So I just had a thought. So for gaming on a Fire Stick, is that going to require a specific access to Gamepass that has cloud gaming? It will have to, I imagine, because a Fire Stick isn't going to be able to render against textures or anything like that. So I guess it's going to have to.
Right on. This is what I was talking about. The new all digital Xbox Series X. It was one of the.
Is that legit?
Yeah, they had it on at their showcase.
What's the name of this one?
Completely missed that.
I think it's just an Xbox Series X, but it's just all digital. An all digital.
Oh, sorry.
form.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I did see that. Yeah. So no discs.
I'm an idiot.
No discs. Just
Yeah.
it's a bit like no. It's the equivalent of PlayStation's
Oh, the
console like
discless
this,
one.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Just
saw
took
that.
all the wind out of your
In
sails.
truth,
I'm
I
sorry.
think you know what? That's no. I think that's the way the world's going anyway. I think we discussed that last week.
Yeah.
But the numbers, as Nas was saying, doesn't surprise me. PS5 outselling Xbox. I think that's been standard for. I think PS4 is outselling the last Xbox as well. I think as well.
Oh yeah, by a ton. Yeah.
So I think the ratio is like 2-1, if not more than that. So that's not a surprise.
Right.
What is a surprise to me is that the PS5 is currently outselling the PS4. So I know the PS4 is a very popular console. There was a shortage of PS5s because I was bloody looking for one everywhere.
Yeah.
Semiconductor shortage.
Right.
Yeah. There hasn't been that many exclusives on PS5. It's just been the PS4 games just upscaled, as we've mentioned. So that was quite a surprise to me.
Yeah.
What else was on that?
Oh, let's go back
list
to
of yours. Oh, the Xbox. Yeah, I'm not surprised about the Xbox being behind in terms of it's how do you say it's not reaching the same scales as the previous Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at that. There were no exclusives to start with.
Yeah.
I think originally the idea was to launch Xbox with Halo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Halo got delayed from memory, and that would obviously affect any launch because you haven't got your main exclusive.
Right.
It's just an Xbox with games you can play on the PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? You got Game Pass on PC now as well, so people probably don't want to get consoles or get an Xbox console if they've got a PC. So there's a number of reasons why I think that's why Xbox are trading sales.
Yeah.
I don't think it will catch up to PlayStation, though it had a very good event last time when we discussed it as well. I don't think it'll catch up. I think PlayStation will keep going, but those numbers don't surprise me.
Especially with the decisions that you see Microsoft making and where their priorities seem to be. It does not seem to be in for console gamers.
Right.
It seems like they're shifting their focus. And I think I said it before a couple weeks ago or so that the only when it is incredibly apparent to everybody else will Microsoft say we're out of the console market. They're not going to say it up front now. They're not going to say it while they still have them on shelves somewhere.
Yeah. True. Yeah. No, I can totally see that happening, just because they don't want to shoo all of their hardcore fans away.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Units sold is units sold. They've already been manufactured. You don't want to tank them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I just got, like, I mean, Fox just showed us now they've got a console now with no disc. Obviously, PlayStation 4 ahead and had that anyway to start with.
Right.
I think that's an indicator of where the world's going. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Especially Amazon. Yeah, it's Amazon. Amazon Xbox did an advert not long ago with the Fire Stick.
Yes.
Like, just officially announcing, oh, you don't need a console anymore.
Right.
So it's like, hold on, you just had a showcasing these different consoles. Now you've done an advert. Oh, you don't need a console anymore. Wait,
Right.
what?
Yeah. Yes.
What is it?
That's akin to James Gunn saying, "Oh, this DCU or DCEU is over, and you still got the Flash that needs to come out." It's like, okay, bud.
Yeah.
You just cut the knees out.
It doesn't make any sense. But as you guys know, obviously I'm an Xbox guy, so I do chuckle when, like, you know, you guys throw your shots in. But because I get it, and
It's nothing personal.
I agree. No, it's not personal at all, and I agree because I keep saying this. I think Fox, this is one of our first conversations we've ever had. Xbox, Microsoft keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, why do you guys do this? I'll never forget, like, 360 and I think, was it PS3 at the time? They were neck and neck. Xbox Series 1 had an opportunity.
Yes.
And their advert was, oh, you need internet to play the game or boot up your console. And then PlayStation were throwing jabs saying, oh, you don't need to share games. Sorry, you can share games if you want, because Xbox was saying at the time you couldn't share games anymore.
Oh, you're talking about the Xbox
was it Series 1?
Sequel to 360.
Yeah.
They
had an opportunity, and when they said, right, you need to connect to the internet and you can't share games with anyone, that's when Sony won, because Sony did an advert saying you can share games, you don't need the internet. But you do obviously need the internet nowadays.
Yes.
But it's how the marketing team did the marketing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They just keep doing it.
So,
and
yeah,
the pricing tiers of these Xbox Live Passes, which I'm sure we're going to discuss shortly.
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I have nothing against anybody that has an Xbox Series X or S. I actually, I really kind of sympathize with them, because I would hate to have spent a few $100, not just the money, but also just thinking what this thing I'm buying is going to allow me to do, what I'm going to get out of it. And the company that's supporting it, the company that is supposed to be developing games for it, just completely freaking abandons you. I am very mad for Xbox gamers that feel like they've been betrayed. It freaking sucks.
Yeah.
I would never want to buy anything with Microsoft on it again. That's how pissed off I would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of all of your history with them, they just kind of threw it all away, you know.
And
it's
goodwill, right? It's gone.
Yeah.
It's oh well.
So the implications going forward for Xbox, it seems I do have to point out that those are just the US numbers. Apparently worldwide console sales are down still. So, but that is really still surprising, just because, you know, with the start that they had back in 2020, I want to say, you know, not being able to get PS5s on the shelves, not having, you know, any remarkable first party exclusives or anything like that. They're still outpacing PS4 numbers, which sold like 117 million units. That's crazy, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I just thought that was really surprising, and the implications for Xbox's numbers. They're obviously going in a different direction. Obviously, it's obvious to anyone who's paying attention to this. Either that, or they'll probably be going out of business soon because they can't sell consoles. You know what I mean? So
they've got Game Pass.
I know, right?
I got Game Pass.
But that's the thing. So we'll get into that. That's our next article that we're going to talk about. But I think the implications of this is, it's obvious that Xbox, they're going in a different direction. waiting for Xbox fans to catch up with that fact because I keep getting comments about.
It's not from me, and it's not from people I know. Don't worry. Is that? Fox is probably like, oh, it's one of Scotty's mates.
Yeah. You wanker. I don't. Is that a bad word? Sorry.
No. It's like saying you jerk off.
Oh.
Basically, it's the equivalent.
Did you say that? Did you try to say that with an American accent, Scotty?
I did. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Was it bad?
No, it was great.
It wasn't terrible.
I loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
Such high praise, right?
Yeah. Right on.
We'll work on it, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll still have to see. More information has to come out. But I believe in what Xbox is doing. I think they're making the right moves because I think eventually we will get there. I mean, i.e. Netflix, Hulu, all that good stuff. They looked at Netflix. They're making buku bucks. Xbox is setting themselves up to be the Netflix of the gaming industry, and I think that's a good idea. Money wise, as far as owning games, physical media, and all that is in jeopardy. For sure. Yeah. But next we're going to talk about Xbox Gamepass, increasing their price. Sorry, Xbox, you're just getting pummeled today. So we do apologize, but we'll take a look at the article and then we didn't
raise the prices.
Yeah,
that's true. They kind of put themselves in this position. So it's coming from here. Oh, sorry. It's coming from Variety. It's being pinned by Jennifer Moss. I don't think we have another one from her, so I'm sorry if I butchered that. Xbox Game Pass to increase price, limit day one releases to most expensive tier, which is just horrible.
Yeah, I've got a story for this, but I'll let you finish, Fox. I'll tell you the story.
Yeah, right on. Okay,
yeah, it's a bit silly, but we'll talk about it.
Microsoft Gaming is increasing the price of its subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, across multiple tiers worldwide, and simultaneously limiting its day one releases to only the most expensive version of the offering. As of Wednesday, Xbox's Game Pass Ultimate level will raise its price by $3 per month in the US, going from $16 to $19 or $17 to $20 for new customers. My wife always tells me the roundup. The core tier will rise for $60 for the 12-month pass, up to $70 for the annual fee. Beginning September 12th, the price will change for existing members on their next recurring billing charge. A new Game Pass standard plan will be launching soon per Xbox, offering more features than core, but fewer than the Ultimate tier. For PC, new users will now pay $12 per month for Game Pass Access, an increase from the previous price of $10. So, I mean, they're getting the lowest jump, and it's way cheaper there. While Game Pass for console will no longer be available for new members, those who are While Game Pass for console will no longer be available for new members, those who are already subscribed, I assume, and have autopay enabled will continue to have access. Along with these price changes, Xbox has also decided to only include day one releases of its upcoming games, including Call of Duty Black Ops 6, with this Ultimate plan. Other features limited to the tier include EA Play membership, cloud gaming on multiple devices, and free monthly perks from Microsoft. The Ultimate and Standard versions will both offer hundreds of games, while Core will only get 25 plus titles per Xbox. Wow. Okay. So Microsoft Gaming's decision to increase the price for Game Pass and limit the features of its cheaper plans comes on the heels of Xbox Game Showcase in June, which was a freaking riot. It was great, where it revealed several upcoming games and a big push to get those new games to Game Pass subscribers on release day. Last week's Xbox Live outage and this week's launch of the Xbox app on some Amazon Fire devices. Okay. So, Scotty.
Yeah. So this is quite funny. So I was budgeting the other day, as you do, sorting out bills and whatnot, and I thought it's probably cheaper for me to get an Xbox membership for a year rather than pay monthly, right? Just trying to sort out money and whatnot. So I bought and I've got the table here. Funny enough, I'm reading from it now. So I bought a 12-month Game Pass core membership, right? So then, so what's 12 months from now? Obviously the same month, so July, right?
Yeah.
So when I went to the portal, because you've got a Microsoft portal, it said, "Oh, your membership expires in November." So I was like, "That's not 12 months."
Right.
So I spoke to them. I'm not going to air out the company; it's not their fault.
Right.
So I was in email exchanges with the guy. He was cool, by the way. And I said, "Don't mean to be funny, mate, but if I buy something which says 12 months, I expect 12 months. Why is it not 12 months?" And he said Xbox have changed their pricing tier and how everything works. So 12 months of Game Pass means I only get 4 months of Xbox Ultimate, which encompasses Game Pass. So I thought I got Game Pass for 12 months. No, I got Game Pass for 4 months. So I'm still trying to figure out, what am I getting for the other 8 months?
You're getting
nothing,
and you will
it doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, come on,
No.
man. Like, if it says 12 months, it's 12 months. Like, it shouldn't be this, because that to me sounds like hidden costs, right?
Yes.
It's like I'm looking at the table. Sorry, boss, I'm passionate about this. So I'm looking at the table at the minute. So there's 12 months of Xbox Game Pass for console, right? But you only get 9 months of Ultimate. But like, what?
Yeah. They're making themselves out to be a greedy company right now. It's
they
like,
have altered the deal.
Yeah.
Pray they don't alter it any further.
Honestly,
Darth Vader wearing an Xbox logo.
It doesn't make any sense. 24 months of Xbox Game Pass for console, 18 months of Ultimate. And it's like, I don't get it. If it says 12 months, give me 12 months. Why is it like 4 months of this, 5 months that?
The better way to do this would be to grandfather the existing customers that have already paid and should be getting what they expected to be what they expected. No, they should be given what they were expecting. 12 months is 12 months. 12 months is not 9 months.
Nope.
12 months is not 6 months. We're not talking about dog years here. We're talking about like months of the freaking year. Don't do that.
Exactly.
It's dirty. It's underhanded, and people will not forget.
Nope.
No.
Now, I want to say one thing. When I say people won't forget, I don't mean they're going to immediately make a decision based on how they're treated. I mean, it adds up after a while. And when you keep screwing them over little bit by little bit, and you keep taking things away, and you keep shitifying your service, eventually they'll reach a point where they're like, this is not worth it. Screw you. I'm done. I don't want to have anything to do with you again. For some people, like me, it takes like maybe once or twice before I'm like, I'm out. I don't trust you. I don't want to do business with you.
Yeah.
But for some people, that threshold's a lot longer, especially if they've never done that before.
Right. Yep.
They want to assume that these companies are operating in good faith, despite everything telling you they're not.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And they just want to play their games. They don't want to deal with this nonsense. They just want to sit and they want to play their games. They don't want to worry about pricing tiers and going to different companies for different games and having to worry about transferring save files and stuff like that. They just want to play their damn games and be left alone.
The one thing that freaking stands out to me is this. So while Game Pass for consoles will no longer be available for new members, so are they taking console away?
Is that a different tier? Game Pass for console?
Game Pass, yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Like, so on the table at the minute. So
that's
I don't even know what Game Pass for console is. So is that the Game Pass itself? And I'm assuming the 18 months of Ultimate. What's Ultimate? Is that, or what's that?
Ultimate's their new tier, but Game Pass for console, I'm assuming that's its own tier.
Yeah, it's its own tier.
It's like a standard membership or core or something like that.
So you got core right now, console, PC, and Ultimate.
Cool.
So
Ultimate's going to $20. PC's going to 12. They're getting rid of console altogether. And what's core? I can't remember what core is going to.
Core is kind of crappy. Core just gives you like 36 games and access to Xbox Live, I think.
So
what's Ultimate? Sorry, Fox, what was that window you had?
Ultimate's the whole enchilada.
Yeah. So hundreds of high quality games on console, PC, and cloud. New games on day one.
Right.
Ultimate has everything until because this is something that companies do sometimes. They'll be like, you can get Ultimate. It's the top tier of everything. and then a couple years down the road they decide we need more money, so now Ultimate is the second best, but now we've got Supreme. Get Xbox Game Pass Supreme, that's got everything, and we mean everything. This time will be different.
And they will switch to, you can no longer get day one Game Pass games or new day one games on Game Pass with Ultimate. It'll be the Super Supreme one. But with console, I feel like I'm ordering from Taco Bell. Can I get a Super Supreme? So console,
I feel like Taco Bell treats their customers a little better, but who knows?
Okay, there's a war going on. A little tangent here, but there's a war going on with fast food right now because they are.
It's Demolition Man all over again.
Taco Bell, because that was the rincy part to eat, and give you little portions. And he was like, "Just put me back in the ice. Just put me back in the ice."
Depending on where that movie was distributed, there's actually different restaurants that win that war.
That's hilarious.
I think KFC was one of them.
Whoa.
It's probably in the IMDb trivia, but I remember that little tidbit. Anyway, I don't want to distract from what you were saying.
That's cool. Freaking
yikes. Let's talk about how Taco Bell and the franchise wars.
Goodness, it's kind of like that. Demolition Man, but instead of, food, it's freaking games.
Those writers are prescient, man. They knew.
Just for some reason, it's just common sense. Apparently, you are, what do you call those? A future teller or whatever. It was seance or something, whatever. Anyway,
soothsayer.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of. But new games on console, you used to get that on day one with Game Pass, and from console PC to Ultimate. Now, unless you have the Ultimate tier, you don't get those new games on day one. Now you have to pay $20 to get those day and date.
Wait, I'm so confused. Wait. But then on console it says new games day one.
But this isn't the new one. This is the old one.
Out of date. I
couldn't find it.
Because back in May, I don't know if y'all remember, but Sarah Bond said, if you've got Game Pass, you'll have games on day one. She didn't say Game Pass Ultimate.
Right.
She didn't say Game Pass for PC. She said Game Pass.
Wow.
Now, that seems dishonest to me.
It is dishonest.
That seems like a misrepresentation of, and you mean to tell me at the time that they weren't already planning this back in May? It's only been what?
Definitely.
How many months? 2 months?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that's in that time she didn't know that Game Pass Ultimate was coming, so she went on that stage, had that interview, and frickin' lied? Potentially.
Oh yeah, they must have known strategically. They must have planned this out.
Yeah.
Like, you plan out your roadmaps, don't you? They must have known.
Yeah. My goodness.
And there'll be another one. There'll be another, as Noah said, there'll be another tier. Like you watch when Fire Stick gets involved and everything.
it'll be once they have more Game Pass PC subscribers, then there will be a change for PC. But one thing I noticed, the price when it was originally launched, Game Pass was what, $14.99 US in 2017. And I had a tweet about this. I'm going to try and find it. But the price increases have accelerated quite a bit since then. Because between 2017 and 2022, there was no price increases.
Right.
And now 2023, we had one.
Yep.
Now 2024, we have one.
Yep.
When are we going to see the next one? Is it going to be later on this year? It's going to be 2025. Is this going to be like an annual rate increase for your utilities? Is that what they're treating this like now? I mean, it's kind of arrogant to assume that you are that much of a necessity. As compared to internet, electricity, heat, you know, stuff like that.
And that's what grinds my gears about this. On top of you paying more at the gas station, at more groceries, more in your rent and mortgage, they drop this on you. It was like, you can also pay more with the stuff that you don't need. With your hobbies, you can pay more. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh God, please, Xbox, I want to play more
sir,
or pay more.
Can I have some more?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The annoying thing is as well, right? So like if you know when obviously you're paying subscription fee, which is the norm, like for all consoles. But then when you go to the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, let's just focus on Xbox for the time being. But when you go to the Xbox Store, there's still things you have to buy. Like if you could pay like 20, 30 quid, whatever, and there's just a catalog of games where you don't like, you can play all the backwards. I can't pronounce that word.
Compatible. Yeah.
Compatible games.
Yeah.
Then that'll be fine. But you got 360 games, original Xbox games, you still have to pay for on top of your membership.
Crazy.
That's what I think is wrong. Like if we're paying that much money, and the same with PlayStation as well. Like if we're paying that money for a subscription, me as a customer, I'm expecting, right, I'm giving you guys 30 quid or whatever a month, like Netflix, like Amazon Prime. I want to see everything associated with Amazon Prime that I can play.
Yeah.
Everything associated to Xbox I can play. Well, not play, but watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So put it this way: Xbox Store, Xbox membership. If there's an Xbox tag on it, I shouldn't have to pay any more money.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
100%, because that's how Netflix is run. But Amazon is that way. You pay for the Amazon Prime, but you still have to pay it to, for a movie that you want to watch or to rent. It's absolutely sick. I hate it.
Yeah,
I freaking hate it.
Guys, just wait until you start seeing advertisements in Game Pass.
Oh yeah, that's happening. That is happening.
Oh yeah, that's
but
happening.
Then you could probably pay more money to not have ads.
Oh yeah, Game Pass Ultimate doesn't have ads.
Oh my gosh.
Or actually, no. Hang on. Let me correct my statement here. Game Pass Supreme, Super Supreme Deluxe, Fantastical Edition doesn't have ads. So you want that? You want to give us more money, please?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I bet you
more for less.
Yeah, that will happen.
That's
I'm not gonna lie. I have YouTube. I listen to YouTube Music. I pay whatever it is for YouTube Music. I don't see any ads on videos. Because you pay a bit more to not see ads.
I think they upped their price. I think you're paying like 12 or 14 bucks an hour or something like that.
Yeah, I think they increased it. Yeah.
And it's just like get to that point. Who knows?
Like, wow, we're paying to not see ads. That is hilarious.
Yep. Honestly, I mean, I watched first episode of Clarkson's Farm yesterday on Prime, which I gotta say, I kind of love that show already. It's funny. It's well put together, but I'm seeing advertisements and I already pay for Prime, and that's making me wonder, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for this? You started me off with not seeing any ads, and you are giving me ads. At what do I get out of this? What am I getting out of this? How am I benefiting from this?
Yeah,
you've made it crappier. Why? I mean, I can understand if you needed to fundraise, but you are Amazon. You do not need to fundraise. Get out of here.
Exactly.
You do not need to nickel and dime me. And I find it just those egregious examples of greed hit more.
Yeah.
They hurt more when it's a company like Microsoft that's nickel and diming you, a company like Amazon that's nickel and diming you. Get out of here.
$1 trillion
I'm already
companies.
paying for a premium subscription.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the greed creeps. It always creeps.
It's sickening, to be honest.
It absolutely is. But to the people, like, because there are some people that think, oh, you know what, it's still a good value.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Game Pass is still a good value. And to those people, I say, great. Absolutely great. If you think that it is valuable to you, have at it. No criticism at all. It's your choice as a consumer to do that. Fine. But the thing is, you are not paying for a complete product. There's nothing stopping Microsoft, there's nothing stopping Amazon from raising the prices more, pulling a little things back, paywalling certain features that you love, and then asking you to pay more for them. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. So maybe a good value for you now, but it may not be in 2025, it may not be in 2026. Every single time one of these price increases happens, you have to sit down and say, okay, is this worth it for me? I know a lot of people, when they see a game, when they see a recurring price increase, they'll just be like, well, this is crappy, and then they'll go about their day. Right? A lot of times that happens because they don't want to be forced into making that decision that, okay, well, if I'm no longer playing Game Pass, that means I lose access to all that. I lose access to all my save files, all my progress. So then it kind of feels like an addiction. Because if I don't have access to that, I feel like I've lost something. I feel like I've left something behind.
Now you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's so bad.
It's disgusting. It's just.
And when does
plain
it stop? Do
disgusting.
you know what I mean? As you were saying earlier, like when they start introducing ads, because they will, there
yeah.
will be ads.
Oh yeah,
It's like, okay,
absolutely.
you guys don't like the ads? Give
The
us
thing
a
is,
couple of quid, and
we're
you
so
can
used
not
to
see
it.
ads.
We're so used to it, right?
Yeah.
Because ads are everywhere, and they're not. I mean, I don't find them effective. In fact, if I see an advertisement for something where I don't want to see it, F that product. I will not support it.
I know, it's like, how many people
effect on
buy
me.
shit they see anyway? Like,
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I mean, I don't need to see advertisements everywhere. I getting to the point where when I close my eyes, I'm half expecting to see a Tim Hortons ad or something, right?
Yeah,
it's just gross.
You hit the nail on the head with Amazon, because it's not to say they're getting too big for their boots, but I remember when Amazon were Amazon, I don't know about you guys, you might have been the same. I've been using Amazon for years, like since I was in college, right? But when they used to just sell books, basically, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell over the years that obviously they were getting bigger, bigger, bigger. Even their customer service team now, they just offshored it, right? They've offshored it, and it's very generic and robotic. So if you have something wrong with a product, you need to complain, you speak to Amazon. It's like they're reading off a dialogue, is that what you call it, or call script,
like
a call
a
script
prompt or something like.
Yeah,
a script.
and there's no care anymore, and I'm just like, this isn't the Amazon I remember. And I think Prime was obviously cheaper than what it is now, which makes sense. You know, years go by, you know, X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
But I think things
Sorry.
like things like adding ads into things, I think that's what, as Fox says, grinds my gears, right? Because the whole point of Prime, as you said, Nas, was to obviously next day delivery, TV shows, which I think was a good deal as a whole.
Yeah.
No ads. So why am I getting ads now?
Yeah,
like soon they'll probably say, if they've not done it already, oh, if you don't want to see any ads, you got to pay us more money. And
It's,
we'll
the,
take away
it's
the
just
ads.
the business model.
already.
They get paid by these advertisers.
Oh, have they done that already?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow.
You switch to. I think I got something when I turned on Prime Video yesterday, and it said, I can't remember what it was, but I clicked not interested. Like, go away. Let me get to what I want to watch. You're getting in the way, and the every single second you get in my way with something, I resent you that much more. I just want to watch a damn TV show.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
So I mean, in this next article, they do get into some dark practices, the FTC finds, and more nickel and diming. Just is ridiculous. Let me
What's
see
going on
here.
with the world, guys?
The business model changed. It's all about making becoming $1 trillion company. It's all about that the arrow must continue going up. There's no, we made about as much as we did, last quarter. Good job, guys. No, it's like, we didn't make buco bucks this month. You're getting fired. You're getting fired.
Basically.
Bring Tim in here. He's getting
Kinda funny.
fired.
It's a race to the top by way of a race to the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
bring Tim in here. He's getting fired. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
To go up, to be at the top, you have to just have no soul.
Right.
And squeeze everybody that you can for as much as you can.
This one is a bit of a girthier one too. But FTC studies finds dark patterns used by a majority of subscription apps and websites. I'm going to try to rattle these off because I do think that they're important. Because
this is a good article. Yeah. I highly recommend it to read, because a lot of what you're going, it's kind of weird when you do read it though, because it's like, oh, there are already terms for all of these things that I've experienced, and now you know them.
Right. That's exactly right. Because all of us, even, everyone watching has probably experienced these. The FTC study finds dark patterns used, blah, blah, blah. I think I read that. By Sarah Perez over at TechCrunch. The U.S. Federal Tricks, the FTC, along with 2 other international consumer protection networks, announced on Thursday that results of a study into the use of dark patterns or manipulative design techniques that can put users' privacy at risk or push them to buy products or services or take other actions they otherwise wouldn't have. In an analysis of 642 websites and apps offering subscription services, the study found that the majority Nearly 76% used at least one dark pattern, and nearly 67 used more than one. Craziness. Dark patterns refer to a range of design. Okay, let's see if we can get to where do they start getting into the actual stuff. This new report published Thursday dives into the many types. Sneaking was among the most common dark patterns encountered in the study, referring to the inability to turn off the auto renewal of subscriptions.
Yes.
So that's sneaking.
Yes.
Not being able to turn off the auto renewal. This crazy. 81% of sites and app study used this technique to ensure their subscriptions were renewed automatically. In 70% of cases, the subscription providers didn't provide information on how to cancel a subscription, and 67% failed to provide the date by which a consumer needed to cancel in order to not be charged again. Scummy stuff. Scummy. Obstruction
I can already hear some people saying, well, why don't you just look harder? Or why don't you take the time to go through the site to find it? I'm like, that's kind of missing the point.
Exactly.
It should be transparent. It should be clear.
Exactly.
It should be fairly transparent. I mean, you offer a subscription service. I'm assuming that you had somewhere in your head the idea that people may want to cancel it for whatever reason.
Right.
You know, it shouldn't be so hidden.
Yeah.
And not only that, but life gets in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to spend an hour going through every single link on a website finding out how to turn off auto renew. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get distracted and don't go back to it. Next thing you know, you're looking at your credit card statement and that charge comes off again. And then you kick yourself. And,
Yeah.
And they know it. They know it as well. And even if you did like realize it might be a day after it auto renews, they've just gained, I don't know, 30, 40 quid dollars from you.
Exactly.
They've taken something from you. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. It's like, and if they would have just made it easier. I mean, it's not even, it's bare minimum. It's bare minimum stuff. It's like that stuff should not be, I shouldn't have to go around the world in 80 days to find out how to, get rid of this subscription. Because it feels like that sometimes. It feels like you're getting a runaround, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And then you give up doing it, and
Exactly.
the company like, well, that's fine.
And that is what they're hoping happens.
Yeah.
They're banking on you, like, you know what? It's not that much. I'll just let it ride. They're hoping that. And someone saying, "Oh, just look harder." It's like, okay, so you're in favor of this $1 billion trillion company. Fine. Okay, right. Silliness.
That's just a lack of empathy, I think, in those cases.
I just think it's silly. It's like they should let you know how to cancel it. It's like bare minimum stuff, like what? Anyway, on to the next one. Obstruction is another common one found in subscription apps. It makes it more difficult or tedious to take a certain action, like canceling a subscription or bypassing the sign up for the free trial, where the X to close they offer is grayed out, which we all know means you can't click on it, right? If it's grayed, we've been conditioned to believe that, and somewhat hidden from view. All this stuff is, we're going to get into scummy stuff. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer. These last three.
I'm looking forward to this.
Right on.
What else you got, Fox?
Yeah, we got nagging involves repeatedly asking the consumer to perform some sort of action that the business wants them to take, though not a subscription app. One example of nagging is how TikTok often repeatedly prompts users to upload their contacts to the app, even after the user has said no. It's like in every other part of life, no means no. But this one, this is no. It's like they can keep on asking.
Data.
Yeah, it's like, we want your data. No, but we still want it. No, we still want it.
You're gonna give it to us.
You can want it. Absolutely. Anybody can want anything. You're not going to get it. But,
Oh my goodness, it's so ridiculous.
You know what? Just to digress slightly, so I won't take too long. What's that game called? X Defiant. Do you know? I downloaded it. It asked me to sign in, use my email, blah blah blah. I uninstalled the game. I thought, you know what? You can get lost. I'm not having this anymore.
100%.
I'm not having it.
Right.
Yeah. I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, what would Nas do in this scenario? And I was like, you know what? You're not getting my email. I'm not signing up. I'm uninstalling the game. You can get lost.
It's like WWKD.
If you're starting to wonder that, then I think you're in trouble, Scotty.
But see, and this is my biggest problem with PlayStation's push to get on PC, they still make you have to set up a PSN. It's like that you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest problems. And I, saw all kinds of comments across the interwebs about, oh, it's PlayStation's company, they can do whatever they want. It's like, true,
Sure.
but that's not building any goodwill with PC. It's me as a PlayStation user is making me look at you like you're just doing this so they can get in front of your stuff and buy stuff. That's gross. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, to all the people who are like on the side of that, it's like, come on, guys. We as gamers should be sticking together,
yeah, absolutely.
Forks action means requiring the consumer to take some sort of step to access specific functionality, like filling out their payment details to participate in a free trial. I've seen something that 66% of the websites and apps in the study had required. I don't know when it was kind of a shift. I noticed this. I can't remember what year it was, but it's like after it's like, oh, free trial. It looks like a cool thing. I'll try to free trial. And then they're like, oh, add your payment information. I was like, I've never had to do this before. Why would I do this? You know what I mean? Yeah. And so
I feel like that's been a thing for a while, actually.
It feels like it, but it was a tonal shift. It felt like something had changed when the first app that I, clicked on for a free trial asked me for my credit card information. It felt like something had moved and changed. It was weird. It's weird.
Yeah. It's like, why do you need it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a free trial.
If you like it, you'll sign up, right?
Right. Exactly. Goodness
what do you think so little of me as a consumer that you think I would forget to sign up for something that I want?
Or
is that it?
Or they think so little of what they're offering, they want to get you to sign up, Yeah. Good Lord. Social proof. Meanwhile, uses what? Social proof. Meanwhile, okay, sorry, I'm an idiot. Uses the power of the crowd to influence a consumer, usually to make a purchase by displaying metrics related to some sort of activity. This is particularly popular in the e-commerce industry, where a company will display how many others are browsing the same product or adding it to their cart.
Yes.
For subscription apps, social proof may be used to push users to enroll in the subscription by showing how many others are doing the same.
So every single time you go to Amazon and you have something that that you're a product that you're looking at, and it'll show you people also bought this and this and this.
That's right.
Or eBay, for example, whenever you're looking at something that you want to put a bid on, and it shows how many other people have that item wish listed or
exactly
watched that item, or how many are left.
Exactly. This is the one they're gonna. So sites can also try to instill a sense of urgency. To get the consumers to buy. This is something seen regularly on Amazon.
And it's probably bots. It's probably bots as well. You know that.
It could be artificial for sure.
What I want to ask you guys something. I want you to give me a number. How many is low stock? I want you to give me a number.
Low stock.
When you see low stock on an item, how many are left?
So
in my mind, I think there's only a few left. I'm talking like 2 handful, like 10. Low stock, like to me that's low.
Yeah.
But the fact that number, that low stock isn't defined anywhere, makes it meaningless.
Right.
It's low relative to the company. Low could be like they've got 5. Low could be they've got 5,000. Who knows?
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
They don't specify these things, so they create that urgency without actually showing any urgency in a way.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Right on. So my experience with Amazon, they'll show how many are left, like one left, and there's but Newegg is a site that it's the first one that came to mind. When it just says low stock, it doesn't say how many. Just says low stock. Right on. If we're I should have did this before, but for anyone watching, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and definitely visit our panel's YouTubes and their Twitches. All that stuff is going to be in the description. Very, very good stuff. Different content, but it revolves around gaming, so you're getting something out of it with every channel you visit. So if you could do that, we really appreciate that. I don't
Different
even have
content,
the
but
little
the core
graphic.
of who we are is always there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't change. We don't change for anyone.
Nope. No, we don't.
I'm not. I don't know if I agree with that. But
Yeah, we want to get sponsored. Yeah, so like,
No,
we
no.
might change then. No.
I don't. I wouldn't want a sponsor that's going to ask me to.
The
take something
morals
out
are
of character
unwavering,
for me.
but-
It has to align with who I am, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's true.
Faced with
I mean,
different
we're trying to get Fox a
information
TV deal with like.
No.
so we got- yeah.
I don't think I'd
We're
take
trying
it.
to
I don't
we're
think
trying
I'd
to
take
get
it.
Fox on cable with his own TV show. And
Well, you guys are
his own
coming
late
with.
night show.
That'll have to be part of the deal. It'd have to be a panel of us. That's part of the deal. If yeah,
Like
but-
a round table discussion like
Yeah,
they have on. What is it?
Oh, that would be
that
so
would-
cool.
it
I'll
would
so fly out to see you guys as well, man.
Dude, that'd be
Like,
so,
that would
yeah,
be-
that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be
Bring
so cool.
snacks, and
Yeah,
we'll turn
man.
it into like a regional snack discussion round table thing.
Definitely.
It's like,
And
oh
then
my
after
gosh,
that,
have
we'll
you
go
guys
play
tried
some
these new
games together.
ruffles? They're freaking
Yeah.
mint. They're
Have a little
great.
local LAN party. That actually sounds pretty dope.
It does sound like a
I
lot
like
of
It
fun.
does.
It's like, so would you come into like a studio and do it live, Nos? Or no?
Oh yeah.
Because that would be
sure, why
super
not?
freaking cool. Oh my god.
That'd be so cool, right? And we just had Nas's like this massive logo he's got there now, and we know what he looks like. No one else does. They just that would be brilliant.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be funny.
People are going to see what I actually look like, and they're going to be so underwhelmed.
Whatever. Golly.
Nah, man.
Let's see.
The one thing about this article that I was disappointed by,
Mm.
and it's a nothing burger, but the fact that they didn't use the term "inshitification," because it's a term I've seen used a couple of times, but it refers to this phenomenon where online services and products experience a decline in quality over time, either and it's mostly driven by how the companies operate.
Right.
Like I don't have any interest in it, but my wife has a subscription to ancestry.com or .ca, I guess in our case. And gradually over time, they've paywalled certain features that were free. They became popular, and then they decided, you know what, we're going to make you pay for this now because reasons.
Exactly.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Not even a good justification. It's just, we're making a change. You can no longer have access to this unless you give us money.
Yeah.
We want your money,
Yeah.
you know, but they don't say that part.
No.
We all know it, but yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah.
It's gross.
Maybe
And
we'll.
it affects everybody. Anybody that uses an online service has been a victim of this, whether they realize it or not.
100% yes. And some, like, it feels like some don't even let you know.
Mm.
You know,
You don't.
you sign in, like they don't send anything to you like through email or anything. You just sign in one day and it's like, oh, you have 10 days left with this. You have to upgrade to this part. Is like that is not cool. Not cool. I guess that is notifying you, but it's I don't know, man. Could just not charge me for it. That'd be dope. You know.
I think that at least I'm not an advocate for it, but at least if the person or the individuals have been with you for a long time, like since the beginning, there needs to be some goodwill in that at the very least. So Nas was saying his missus had access to some things.
Mm-hmm.
Customers like that, like, come on, they were with you when you were just starting up.
Yeah.
You know, just something.
Grandfather
But
them
no.
in.
Yeah, like just something. Like have them keep those perks.
For that to happen, Scotty, they have to think of their customers as people. I actually didn't mean that as a joke.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, when you have that much separation between the C-suite and whatnot and your customers, you don't see them as individual people until you have to.
Yeah.
Until
you have to
maybe
make
one
that
of them
apology.
says or does something and gets enough attention that you then have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. Then you might see them as an individual, but otherwise they're just numbers. They're just customers. They're not customers are not people to them. Right. They're just a means to an end.
Yeah. It's akin to being stuck on a deserted island with someone that you got stuck there with, and he starts turning into a chicken leg after a time. Except it's just a dollar sign is what they see.
Yeah.
You know?
Only in that case, that's out of like desperation and not wanting to starve to death.
Right on. Yeah. This is
just
100%
somebody
greed.
please think of the shareholders.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that TV show Lost for some reason, and then I thought Prison Break at the same time. Where have you guys seen Prison Break?
I have not.
I remember watching commercials for it and thinking this looks interesting, but I remember watching the commercials thinking, when they're out of the prison, why is it still called Prison Break?
That's
I was a dumb kid, right? It didn't make any sense.
Season 2.
I'm on my like, I don't know, man. I've watched this show like 50 times, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. I'm always looking
First
for
season. First season's wild. It's wild. The second one's good. Gets a bit the third. Fourth one brings it back a little bit, but
cool. I should mention before, completely unrelated, but in case Ken's watching, I did watch the first episode of Samurai Champloo.
Yes,
it is amazing.
Oh, that's right. We did.
And I will continue watching it.
Right on.
I love it. I love it already.
It is a good one. It's a goodie. And it makes it better since the same voice actor voiced Spike too, so that it's a really nice kind of transition into following his work.
Which one, Mugen?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Now I gotta
pick up
Google
on
it.
those kinds of things.
I'm pretty sure. Oh
Who's
my
Spike?
god.
Cowboy Bebop. You didn't.
Yes.
So Scott hasn't watched
that's
Cowboy
right.
Bebop, the only anime that I've watched from beginning to end. And so I actually have the privilege right now of saying, "Oh my God, you didn't watch Cowboy Bebop." I can't do that for anything else.
That's hilarious. Right.
How many episodes is it?
It's 26. Same as this actually.
Yeah.
But there's also a movie. Now the movie's pretty good too.
For Samurai Champloo or Cowboy Bebop?
No. For Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah. It's freaking great. Like and what's really good about Cowboy Bebop, like the art doesn't fluctuate. It's good all the way through. And the movie is just as good. It's so freaking fantastic. And the music.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
Oh, the music is something else.
Oh,
I have so many of those
delicious.
tracks on like just my Spotify playlist. I just listen to them all the time.
So
New York
good.
Rush.
Yeah.
That was like the first episode.
Okay,
I
right
think.
on. I
Where
like
he's,
the
where he's
opening
going
theme.
after Hakeem. And they drop that that hot jazz sound. Oh man, it's so good. It is so good. If you're not a fan of because I know some people don't like jazz music because they sometimes the solos go a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes the solos get a little self-indulgent, and it's like this doesn't feel like it fits with the rest of the song. It just feels like someone wants to play scales and all that stuff. Whatever. But this soundtrack all the way through is just top notch. I love it.
100%.
It's on Netflix, from what I can see. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, you know what's mad? The main guy, I don't know who he is, but I recognize his face. I actually listen to a lot of
Peter,
lo-fi
right?
beats, and I think they've done lo-fi mixes based on this show because he's in the thumbnails of the lo-fi mixes I listen to. So
Yeah,
that's quite interesting.
Spike Spiegel.
Yes.
That's the name of the character. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. On my to-do list.
But yeah,
right next
I
to
mean-
Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's
Oh, gosh,
you
so good.
watch Cowboy Bebop. I'll watch Samurai Champloo. Then we'll chat about it.
We'll talk. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fox, what are you gonna watch? You've seen them both.
Steve Bloom. I'm so sorry, but yeah, Steve Bloom. But I just finished up Kaiju number 8, which was really good, surprising. It was at the top of Crunchyroll, like their new offer or the new shows that are coming out, and I was like, oh, watch this, blah blah blah, and I was like, nah, I'm not really interested. And then I was listening to Ken's podcast, and she mentioned that it was fair, it was okay, and I was like, all right, now I gotta watch it. And it turned out I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good. So that's what I'm finishing up. There's a new episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. There, yes, I know that is the full title. That is the title.
What, that time I've actually it came out straight away. Jokes.
Also,
That was
Kaiju number 8 is
super
a
good.
new show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, I gotta finish. I'm like halfway through the newest episode on the slime one. One that I really liked, and I know Ken says she's like so tired of the reincarnated, the isekais or whatever, but I love them. I don't know why. But it was another long title. That time I got reincarnated as a spider or whatever. Oh, I got reincarnated as a spider. So what is the name of it? It has crappy 3D art in it, but it's so good. I think it's fantastic. I'm still waiting on season 3. I don't think they might not be. I should Google that later. But yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. Yep. Let's finish out the article real quick though.
Yeah. You keep going on these tangents.
Right on.
What other dark arts have they got on here?
Yeah. We're almost through this. I want to say this might be the last one. Interface interference is a broad category that refers to ways that app or website is designed to push the consumer to make a decision that's favorable for business. This could include things like pre-selecting items like longer or more expensive subscriptions, as 22% of those studied did, or using a false hierarchy to visually present more favorable options for the business more prominently. The latter was used by 38.3% of businesses in the study. Interface interference.
So I think,
yes.
Sorry, I think with those ones, with the first description they gave of interface interference, which one was it? Designed to push the consumer to make a decision that's favorable for the business. So like when you're even signing up for something and you're entering your information, at the bottom, there's usually those little check boxes, right? And one of them says, "Are you accept the terms and service?" And then there's another one that's usually already selected that says, "Do you want to be notified of any offers? Do you want us to sell your information to somebody else so they can give you offers?" Those are usually like pre-selected.
They are,
or they are so close to the acceptable usage of this product, whatever, that you might accidentally click one. So they do count on misclicks as well.
Yep.
The other one where you might see this is if you're signing up for something that has multiple tiers of service, usually you'll have like the free one is over to the far left and it's gray and it looks ugly and it has the least amount of check boxes that say this is what it includes.
Yeah.
Then you'll have your middle ones, which are usually like green or some other color. And then you'll have your big enchilada one, the one that's got everything, the one that the company wants you to get, and it's gold and it's shining and it's so inviting.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Oh yeah,
that's where you see this stuff. Like sometimes, I mean, the explanations are one thing, but in reality, this is where you would see this, and this is how it would be presented to you.
Yeah,
and it's presented in a way where, on its own, it doesn't seem that bad, but it adds up.
It does. Yep. And we're gonna finish this off real quick. So, the study was conducted from January 29th through February 2nd as part of the International Consumer Protection Enforcement Network's annual review, and including 642 websites and apps offering. The FTC is assuming the presidency role at ICPEN for the 24 to 25 timeframe. It noted officials from 27 authorities in 26 countries participated in this study using dark pattern descriptions set up by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. However, the scope of their work was not to determine if any of the practices were unlawful in the impacted countries. That's for the individual governments to decide. And I think the problem with this is that it all sounds above board. It's just really scummy. I don't know if any of these federal trade commissions of different countries can do anything substantial about this. But if I'm being 100% honest, I hate when government dips their little tendrils into stuff, because it usually just screws everything up, right? But I think this is a proper concern for consumers, you know, being hoodwinked into, you know, doing something that they normally wouldn't have, you know. Now, I'm gonna stop short of saying I think the FTC or these trade commissions should get involved, but I do appreciate letting people know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like that position where it's like, oh, something's changing with these apps, you know, something with, you know, more ads and you know, asking me 1,000 times a day, you know, if I want to sign up for their ultimate tier. Something's messed up, but this kind of lays out what these apps and websites are doing, and I think that is a benefit for people, you know, or whoever's watching. I think it is beneficial.
Education is important with stuff like this. Understanding their practices and how they're designed to work is a great step in countering it, and learning to just see it for what it is and then just ignore it and move on.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
They're always going to, even if regulation comes in and says you cannot do these things, they're bad, they're not customer friendly. Yeah. They'll just find some other way to do it that is legal.
Yeah. 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 There'll always be a way. They got their blood-sucking lawyers. Shout out to Jurassic Park. You know, to let them know Yeah, that's okay.
Well,
You can do that.
I'm not gonna crap on lawyers. Lawyers have a job.
They do.
And it's the world that created the need for their existence. So
Yeah.
But,
They're not all bad.
No. I know some lawyers. They're okay.
They're
I've
good people.
never seen them in a courtroom though. I might change outside of the courtroom.
Right on. That's fair.
If I actually
It's
saw them in
fair.
the act, I might have a different impression of them. I'm kidding.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But educate yourself, guys. I mean,
There we go. Yep.
and I don't mean that to say, because I know when some people say, well, you need to educate yourself, like it's an implication that people are stupid. But no, I mean, sometimes people don't pay attention to this sort of stuff, and it's totally normal. You don't want to pay attention to this sort of stuff, and that's part of why it's so successful.
Yeah.
It's because it's just allowed to exist without anybody ever pushing back.
Yes.
The more people push back, the more likely there is for something to change.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's first knowing, and then you can start going in a direction of changing.
And knowing is half the battle.
Shout out, G.I. Joe. Heck yeah.
Pork chop sandwiches.
That sounds good. I've been in the and I think we're all done. I wanted to get into Nintendo's, there was an opinion piece about will the Switch 2 live up to the Switch and how it kind of revitalized Nintendo's like console market. After the Wii U, they were in a slump for sure, and now they have 140 something million Switches sold right now, which is crazy. Just to get your opinions, guys, do you think the Switch 2 will do those kinds of numbers?
Yeah.
You think so?
It's Nintendo.
Right
Well,
on.
apart from that blip with the Wii U, which I thought was a very underrated console, by the way.
Right on. Okay.
I think they'll beat the Switch's numbers and even the Wii's numbers.
Right on. Holy crap, dude.
Something tells me they would. I don't know why. You know what I was very surprised about, digressing slightly? The latest Zelda game, Wind of the Wild? Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the latest one was Tears of the Kingdom. wasn't it?
Yeah. Breath of the
Oh,
Wild.
Tears of the Kingdom, sorry.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Am
I think. Oh, was Tears of the Kingdom the sequel to Breath of the Wild? I think it was, wasn't it?
I want to say yes.
I want to say it was. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was very I was taken back at how popular it was, because I knew Zelda was popular. I didn't know it was that popular. Like I started seeing, I know probably some streamers just jump on it because obviously it's the game to jump on and they get views and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
I'm seeing adverts here in the UK. I never used to see Zelda adverts like I've seen. I've got friends in my circle as well who are playing Zelda. I had no idea they played Zelda. And that's just telling me, I don't know what Nintendo were doing, but whatever they're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
And Mario games always sell. I think they're doing like a new Donkey Kong game, but it's probably going to be on this Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
can't wait for
Nintendo just know how to do things. Again, apart from that blip Wii U, I think they'll smash it. But I think Sorry, go on.
No, they were ahead of their time with that, I think. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say.
No, yeah, because I think you showed us an article last week, Fox, where I think they're gonna ship more units, I think, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think the article was they found the solution to having a shortage of consoles, and that's basically waiting for more semiconductors to be built.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the problem was with the PS5, and
Right.
also something about dealing with scalpers or finding a way around that, preventing their products from being scalped.
Yes.
But to answer your question, Fox, how do I think? I have no idea.
Right on.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know enough to really speculate on it. I hope it does well, because I hope people are happy with it, and I hope it gives people what they want out of a successor to the Switch.
Yeah, right on.
But I don't know. Nintendo does have a history of releasing a lot of crowd-pleasing games and consoles, so I hope that they're successful, because I want people to be happy with what they bought.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What about you, Fox? What do you think?
I honestly don't think they'll see the numbers that they got, but I do think it will do well. I think it's going to sell well, but 140 million, that is like number 4.
Is that worldwide?
Yeah.
Worldwide.
I want to say
I think I'm putting my neck out there. I think they'll do it.
But we have to remember also that the hybrid thing that they went with this time, nobody had seen that before. I think the novelty of that, I think it was absolutely ingenious. Like whoever thought that up should have got a massive raise. Whoever architect thought that up. What was that?
What are you referring to? Or are you referring to like the mobile the mobility of the Switch? That's okay.
Yeah.
So I thought you were talking about something relating to the second one.
Oh no. Any speculation, will that be a dockable mobile device, we think, or no?
I think it'd be really silly for them not to go forward in the same way.
Yeah. Right on. Here, let's see. I want to see where it stacks up. I want to say it's number 4.
Have they got a design for it yet? The Switch 2, or is that still to be?
There were some specs that were leaked, but I don't think anything's been verified yet.
That'll be interesting to see.
I know Wikipedia usually keeps it, but I think it's number 4. I'm just gonna leave it there. Oh no, it's got the list of best-selling. Thanks Wikipedia, appreciate ya. So PlayStation 2 still at the top. Nintendo DS is number 2. Nintendo Switch is number 3, beating out Game Boy and the Game Boy Color with 141.32 million units sold. So it's number 3 on the most sold console ever.
Yeah, now Nas's point just came to mind. I think he said last week, correct me if I'm wrong, Nas, it depends on the pricing as well.
Yes, that too.
that has a factor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Especially compared to like the PlayStation 5. And I mean, for anybody that's buying an Xbox console. But then again, you've also, I don't know, you also have to, I guess, compete with things like Steam pads. What the hell's what are they called again? Steam Decks, right?
Steam Decks. Yeah.
Allies and stuff like
I've been looking into that.
Yeah, that's also a competitor in a way.
Oh yeah, 100%. The mobile aspect of the Switch definitely has a competitor. Okay, now you just got me going down a rabbit hole. Okay, I gotta see how many. Let's see, because I would love to know that. I don't know why I've never thought to look that up. How many Steam Decks? Jeez, sold. There we go. Okay, let's see. See if they have those numbers. Okay, so as of November 2023, Valve has said that the Steam Deck handheld gaming PC has sold multiple millions of units since its launch in February 2022. While the exact number hasn't been specified, hate when they do that. Multiple likely means at least 2 million units sold. Say, yeah, we have to speculate. So research firm Omedia reported that the Steam Deck sold 1.62 million units in 2022 and estimated that it would pass 3 million units sold by 2023. So they could be up to 6 million maybe now, if we're just extrapolating that out right now, So 6 million units sold, which is not nothing to sneeze at, because I mean Valve is not in the business of making consoles, you know what I mean? So that's great. I think that's good. Holy moly!
You can have multiple physical consoles all playing Steam, right? Yeah. That's a good problem to have.
yes it is. Right on. What say we get into some comments, or do you guys have anywhere to be right now?
Right here.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here.
End of these comments.
And I hate to say it, but my wife and my kids just left to go to a birthday party, so I got all day. Got all day now.
Hey man, get a beer. Start early.
Day drinking.
Hey, it's just past noon o'clock here, so yeah.
Right on. Hey. All right. And just to remind everyone, I actually have the still now. Like, subscribe, and visit our panels, YouTubes and their Twitches and their Twitters. Helps us out a lot. Exposure is great. So we all appreciate it. So let's get into our first comment. Let's see if it'll come up. It's always a guess. Pulling that lever. You coming, buddy? No? Okay. So let's see. Maybe I screwed something up on this side. Oh, nope. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try this.
I do admire how you do all this, Fox. I wouldn't have a clue, man.
Oh, it kicks my butt every time.
Oh, I would get so distracted. I'd start thinking something, and then I'd have an overlay that was, from 20 minutes before. And this is why this is great. I really appreciate that you're the one doing this, Fox, because I couldn't talk and manage all that stuff. I have to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I see. And I spoke too soon. I thought it would come up.
Nah, you got this. You'll sort it. You'll sort it.
We'll see. We've got John DBZ in the comments, and we've got
Lord Beerus.
Lord Beerus, right?
Yeah. So here, let's try that over again.
All right. Fingers crossed.
Nah, don't need to cross fingers. Fuck as well.
It's kind of hard to use my mouse with fingers crossed, so that's a problem.
What? I missed that apparently.
Well, if you try using a mouse with fingers crossed, it's kind of difficult.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
There we go. All right, just need a little reset. There we go. Said Lord Beerus. 3 extraordinary intellectual noble knights.
Where?
With this.
Oh, he means us. Oh, that's very generous of you, sir.
Right on.
Thank you, sir.
With Beers being so close to GG, I'm gonna give a shout out to GG and Ken. I haven't heard from GG. I hope that she's doing well, but Ken is busy, so she couldn't join us this time. She would let us know.
The girls.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to the ladies.
To the ladies.
Like, look at how all over the place we are when they're not here. We really need their stabilizing influence.
Just going all over the map. Oh my gosh. I think so. John DBZ, it's like a James Bond mixed Metal Gear Solid vibe. I think he's talking about Black State.
Black State, yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. I'd be interested in playing that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game I'll watch a stream of.
Right on. Yeah, that's fair too.
I dive in. Yeah.
That's totally fair. Lord Beerus Sakai. John, hello. And then Lord Beerus, happy birthday, Mrs. Fox.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to the missus.
Yes, for sure. Happy birthday from us as well.
Of course. Heck yeah, she's gonna love this. She's gonna love this. Might make her blush. John DBZ, Heli boy guy. He was in the Sin City too.
Ron Perlman.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I've not seen Sin City.
I've seen like the first one. I want to say
good movie
because they had like 2, and one was like kind of an off shot of the other.
Yeah.
Here,
all I know is I hadn't heard of Zack Snyder until that movie. Wait, did that come out before 300 or after? Because I also haven't seen 300 either. I saw the trailers for it and thought, it's not enough for me to be interested in, but
oh god,
I mean, I could just look it up.
So
I'm gonna say 300 was out before. No, after. I'm going after.
Okay, all right. Well, what about you, Fox? You think before or after? Let's turn this into a little game.
I think after. I think Sin City came out after whatchamacallit.
Okay, you think Sin City came out after 300, and Scotty, you say the opposite?
Yeah.
And the winner is Scotty.
Dang.
Sin City came out in 2005. 300 came out in 2006. So they're only a year apart.
Sheesh.
That's close.
So,
right on.
Yeah.
That could have went to anyone. Good job, Scotty. Goodness gracious. My mind's just scrambled eggs, so I don't know anything. I don't know.
No one's keeping score here.
Right on. Yeah. Lord Beerus.
His nose takes up 3/4 of this.
You will know which page.
I just read that comment. Oh man. Do you guys remember the animated was it Clone Wars? But there was like I'm trying to remember. It was a Star Wars animated cartoon like long ago. I think this is before it was sold to Disney, I think. But they were like because it basically is the lead up to what happens at Revenge of the Sith, I think.
Mhm.
It takes place between two of the
Oh yeah,
prequel
you got to be
movies.
talking about the clone.
Is it Clone Wars?
Here, I have it right here. But no, I don't have it.
It
Right
almost
here.
looked like Samurai Jack style animation, though.
Oh, so yeah, they have the 3D and the 2D version.
Yeah, but
I need to finish that show.
the funny thing about that, I lost my freaking mind when they showed Qui-Gon Jinn on screen, because they gave him this ridiculously huge nose. It was comically large, right? And I just wasn't expecting it, because I knew what Liam Neeson looked like.
Yeah,
And then you see this dude with this giant nose. I lost my. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. I'll send it to you. But it was just hilarious.
Sorry, that was way louder than I was wanted. That little squeak. Sorry.
Qui-Gon Jinn nose. Oh, there it is. Because just the way that it happens too.
Yeah.
Because he's not in the frame of the shot, right? You just see like young Anakin, and you see Qui-Gon kind of, I think he's like standing over him, and then he lowers his head, and you see this giant nose.
That's great.
Oh, hang on. I don't have any way of putting it on here, but I'll send it to you, Fox. And then
on X?
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It was just.
Oh, did you put it in the group, or?
I put it in the group chat.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't know if it's possible. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Just
wow.
Because you look at Liam Neeson.
That's a weapon.
His nose senses a great disturbance in the force. No kidding. Talk about 3/4 of your face. That is legitimate. Holy crap, dude.
Wow. They did it dirty.
Yeah.
Is that meant to be Liam
That's pretty
Neeson?
bad. Yes.
It's supposed to be Liam Neeson, yeah.
They did it
actually,
dirty.
I think it's actually voiced by him too, so it makes it even more jarring when you see his nose.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. The only one I've
they're-
seen is the Clone Wars ones.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good, and actually, because you know how I think it's Revenge of the Sith, where General Grievous is all like messed up, like he's coughing and he's wheezing, and it's like, why does this? How did this happen? That cartoon actually explains it.
Got you. Okay.
And I don't want to spoil it for you in case you do decide to watch it, but it makes one of the Jedis look so much more badass.
Right on. Okay. Dog. Okay.
Sorry, another wild tangent. Sorry about that.
That makes me want to watch it now. Because I did get started with the Clone Wars. I just didn't get through all of it. It was the timing was just kind of messed up for my schedule. So I didn't get to see all of it. Plus, they played a lot of reruns back in the day. I was like, golly, I've seen this like 5 times already. Can we get some new material, guys? But yeah.
And well, new good material.
I know this is unpopular opinion, but I actually like was it 1, 2, and 3? I actually like those movies, the prequels. I know. I'm in the minority. I know this.
No. I mean, especially when you compare it to like 7, 8, and 9. I haven't watched the prequels in a long time. I watched Phantom Menace, I think, 4 times, just because, not because I wanted to, just because I had different circles of friends that all wanted to see it, but they never saw it together. So I ended up going to go see it 4 times with 4 different groups of people.
Yeah.
And the enthusiasm for it was there. I remember watching it thinking, okay, it's all right. This is fine.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right on.
I didn't like it as much as I thought, and I don't think it was made for me. I was a teenager at the time, but
I think felt like I was a little younger.
Felt like it was for kids. Yeah,
because I don't think I have, because a buddy of mine, he was like, we're watching 4, 5, and 6, because I still haven't seen those. But I remember I was a kid going to see 1, 2, and 3, and I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic, but a lot of people, it's like they watched it and then years later they revisit it and revisit again, and they're like, they weren't really that good, were they? I still like them.
I think it's valuable to do that. I think there's value in rewatching something because as you get older or as you gain life experience or whatever, your perspective changes.
100%. Yes.
So you can go back and not only that, but you can also understand things at another layer.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Like if you're a kid watching Phantom Menace, it's a lot of it is I think anyway geared towards kids.
It's a lot of eye candy. Colors in the fights were pretty good.
Right, but like you don't really. There's certain things that you're not capable of understanding yet.
True.
Right. So when you watch it later on, you get that other layer. Right. Like I always go back to the example of Shrek.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're watching Shrek as a kid, it's a fun movie. If you're watching it as an adult, it's a fun movie, but in a different way.
Yes.
Because you understand some of these jokes. You understand like where some of this interpersonal conflict is coming from. So I always think it's valuable to go back to rewatching some of your favorite things.
Like when the pigs
and also
are
some
like,
jokes that you get. Yeah.
Yeah. Like as a kid, you don't know what an eviction notice is. But when the pigs are like, he huffed and he puffed and he signed an eviction notice. And I was like,
no,
he huffed and he puffed and he signed an eviction notice. There's something like that. Yeah, that was so great.
So funny.
Oh
my god.
Even when they go to Duloc for the first time, and there's that song that's playing.
Yeah. It's like
wash your.
Please don't step on the
and
grass.
There's a pause.
Brush your teeth. Wash your. They turn around.
Yeah.
They turn around, and there's that pause. It's just perfect. But it's like, I mean, I was watching it with my kids, and they didn't get it.
You're right.
Me and my wife were just cracking up.
Yes,
right?
Exactly, dude. It's so funny. Or when he's walking up to the castle and it's like huge, and he's compensating for something, and as a kid, you have no clue, but you're like, oh, so he has a small, you know what, or he's just tiny. He's a small guy.
Oh, it has
great.
all of those layers in it,
It
too,
does.
which is funny because I mean it's like an onion. It's got layers.
Exactly. But everyone loves cake. A parfait. Oh my god. When he's like,
oh, that was a donkey, right?
You ever heard someone they don't like a parfait? They lying, or however he says that. It's absolutely hilarious. God dang, such a good movie. Now they're coming out with a 5.
I haven't met anybody that doesn't like parfait.
Me either.
But it's not really something that comes up in a lot of conversation. You know,
No
hey, my name's
idea
Knoss.
why
Do
I
you
did
like
that one.
parfait? No, it
What's
doesn't
parfait?
really happen.
It's like a
what's that?
layered, like fruit, like maybe some kind of like cream or something like that.
Yeah, it's
cream.
I
I'm
think-
sold.
Yeah.
Cream.
It's good. Like
It is.
it's one of those general terms,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of different ways of making it. Right.
Right.
It's like
Yep.
like the term Sunday. Everybody has a different idea. When you say Sunday, everyone has a different idea in their head of what a Sunday is.
Mhm.
But parfaits, I think is it cream or some of them have yogurt.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
usually
yeah.
like fruit, syrup, sometimes like granola, sometimes ladyfingers. And
Yep.
they're
A cake,
yeah, they're
like
just
a some kind of pastry at the bottom too.
Oh.
You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
or sort of like trifle.
Oh, I like a
Okay.
trifle.
Similar in some ways to that. Actually, that's something that you would understand, I think, Scotty, because
Yeah.
trifle's an English thing, right?
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
look
like
that
anything. Like I've got a sweet tooth, so like
Yeah.
cakes. My girlfriend got me some Skittles, a big bag of Skittles, man. Anything sweet, like I'm all for it.
Oh.
Anything.
Yeah. That is it. A trifle. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Cool.
Watch
Yeah,
Great British
whatever.
Bake Off. That's how I know about that.
Gosh, that's
I love that show.
What's that?
Great British Bake Off. It's a
Oh.
guilty pleasure.
My kids got into the Is It Cake show. My kids love that show.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I'm not familiar with it, but is it basically just they show you an object and you have to figure out whether or not it's actually cake or the
Yes.
actual object?
Yep.
Ooh,
And they
that sounds
actually
cool.
go through the bakers trying to make, they get examples, they choose which one they want, and then they make it, and then other I guess guests, celebrity guests come in and guess whether it's their cake is the object or not. It's pretty fun. It's fun. I like the kids love that.
For some
It's a
reason,
good watch.
my Twitter algorithm was giving me all of these videos where it's like, oh, you think this steering wheel is a real steering wheel, but no, it's cake.
That's
And they were just walking
hilarious.
through their house eating random things, and it was weird. It kind of reminded me of that episode of Simpsons where Homer imagines he's in like a chocolate land and he's eating everything.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh
It's a great
my
episode.
goodness. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh man, we're see, this is why we need the women back, because we keep going on.
This is good for like, especially the comment section, dude. This is great. But Lord Beers, you will know which Blade movie that Triple H is in because his nose is 3/4 of the screen, and so we just kind of went on a tangent with that. We read it.
We went to talking about Qui-Gon, then we were talking about Star Wars. Oh, well, it's not okay.
Yeah. Johnny BZ, the messed
It
up
was
guy
fun.
looks like the Planet of the Apes guy. Messed up guy.
Oh,
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
like, oh, I think I know who he's talking about. Hang on. I think it's from the original Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
Was it Dr. Zaius?
but man,
yes.
I
Yes,
don't
it was Dr. Zaius.
send it.
Oh, the
Send
guy with the we try to figure out who he looked like.
Yeah, the
Right.
from
Oh,
Black State, right? That guy who were like,
Yeah,
why
yeah,
does
yeah.
this guy look wrong?
that's
Hang on,
great.
I'll send another one.
That is fantastic.
It's
Right
actually
on.
really
That's
it's
so
pretty
funny.
close. If you could find a way to do a side by side of those, oh.
Here, I'll do this.
But I sent you the picture on our Twitter group.
Let's see.
Oh, he actually does.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. He kind of does. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Here we go.
So that's not. Oh,
Yeah. You can see it.
Yeah, let's see.
Dr.
His hair
Zaius
just needs a
doesn't
bit
have the
more
mustache.
grey silver ish and
Kind of.
match.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
it's just the hair. The hair, his is like
Yeah.
feathered in the front, and his is like kind of parted. But other than that, yeah,
Yeah. Good call, John.
Smoking a cig. Don't you know that kills you there, ape? Anyway, oh, tidbit. Freaking, we finally watched the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes last night. All the kids fell
The
asleep.
latest one?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
finally on
kids-
streaming.
I've not seen that.
It's not bad, but I tell you what, like in one scene they'll be speaking like broken, like
Yeah.
I made highest climb, and then the next scene they're like, we got to go get our eagles and stuff and go do the stuff, and it's like, huh? What are we doing?
Right,
What are we
yeah.
doing? It's like it's
I'm gonna probably lead us on another tangent here. So. Have you guys seen the trailer for Gladiator 2?
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Like just there was no need for it. There was
Yeah.
no need.
That's the worst. Is that like
Just leave it. It's Gladiator.
Which one of
Like,
you
just-
asked for that? Yeah,
but
but
I don't
just,
know why. No, sorry, go on. Let's go on.
No, I was saying like just listening to Denzel Washington in that trailer. I'm like, you don't
Yeah.
sound like you fit in this
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound like you're talking American.
someone
and-
was like, my gladiator. Denzel.
Was it a crossover of the Equalizer or something? No?
Oh my goodness. Oh, the first thing when
And the thing is,
go for it.
No, you go. You
Oh,
go.
Well, like
shit, that was
with
a good one,
that
Fox. Oh,
opening
man.
scene where he's like laughing and drinking wine or whatever, it was like, this reminds me of American Gangster, how he was in
Yeah,
that movie.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, come on,
good movie.
good movie.
That one.
Oh.
But
There was nothing like historic about it. Even the music when they were promoting it, wasn't it a
God.
rap? I don't know what tune it was, but it's like that doesn't sound like Gladiator.
no,
Like,
the soundtrack for Gladiator was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Hans Zimmer? Out of curiosity.
I will find out.
Yeah, this one, no.
But yeah, it just doesn't feel like anything. I mean, it just doesn't feel like the same franchise. It just feels like again something else walking around wearing
Yeah.
the gladiator skin.
Hans Zimmer.
Does
They
it?
got
Zimmer,
a
right?
few.
Yeah.
Lisa,
Do you know what?
Lisa Gerard.
I'm a big fan of his work.
Yeah.
He's done lots
Oh yeah,
of movies.
The Rock is one of my favorite soundtracks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. With Nicholas Cage.
Yes.
Nick Cage, Sean Connery.
That's
Ed
right.
Yeah,
Harris,
I've seen that. Welcome to the Rock. Yeah, I've seen that.
Tony Todd,
Yeah.
David. There's so many good actors in that movie.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I wanted
gosh.
to go to his because so over here there were some tickets to go watch him play, like compose and whatnot.
Oh,
And I was
really?
gonna go, yeah, but it wasn't him. It was like people
Whoa.
playing his music. So
Oh.
I was a bit like, so I didn't go. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
well, it's not actually him doing all that or composing or anything. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the music's
Yeah.
already composed. It's just down to who's conducting it, right? And who's
Right.
the
Yeah.
orchestra. Is it like
Yeah.
London Philharmonic that's doing it, or?
Mm.
no idea. But I was a bit bummed by that because
Yeah.
I actually wanted to
It
go
It might
see
be
him
worthwhile to
as well,
check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
Speaking
sense
of
why
London
you would be.
Philharmonic, they actually have, I think, at least 2 soundtracks of video game music
Dope.
performed by the London Philharmonic Orchestra, which
Yeah.
are worth checking out. They're very good.
And this is a good point to shout out Ken and her orchestra that she works with.
Yes,
They do video game. music.
Norfolk. I'm trying to remember. It's Norfolk Gamer Symphony Orchestra.
Right on.
Yeah, very good.
All the shout outs
They're a
today.
very talented bunch.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I think they did Zelda, didn't they?
They
They've
had
done a
a
lot.
homecoming concert because I
Yeah.
gather that I don't want to talk about Ken while she's not here, but they had a homecoming concert that's on YouTube on their YouTube page.
Yep.
And I gather that's because during COVID they weren't able to get together to perform, so they were actually recording independently and then stitching it together, which you wouldn't
did a
know.
good job,
I
right?
mean, they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them. They're just great.
Yeah.
They have in their homecoming concert, they have music from Punch Out, the original NES Punch Out.
Right on.
And I just like, oh man, this is so great because everything about it, like every part of the game, I think they arranged that in house and then performed it. So yeah, just go give them a sub. They're well worth it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Here, let's see if we can. I'm gonna.
Because there's so much there's so much good music in games. All
Yeah.
of my favorite games,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
realize this until like a month or two ago. Like all of my favorite games have really, really, really good music that I love. And I'm wondering if that's a link, if that's connected. And I think it is. That's just, I mean, everybody has different criteria by which they decide which ones are the favorite games, but mine apparently have to have like
Good
terrific music. Yeah.
And a good story.
Yeah.
Story
Yeah.
and music can't be it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they really kind of go hand in hand. I mean, it helps to give that story, I guess, a bit more emotional depth.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. And that's why I think I liked Metal Gear Solid 3 so much.
Oh, that's
That
I
music in
actually
that was just
listened.
nuts.
I listened to one of the tracks. I think it was called Snake Eater.
Yes.
It sounded like a James Bond theme.
Yeah.
I'm like
me all
20 seconds
giddy.
into this song. I'm like, okay, I am saving this. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I've got plenty for you, man. I've got
Oh,
plenty.
just send them my way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
Holy hell.
Mhm.
Just give it, man.
It's good. It's so good.
When you realize you're live on stream.
Hey man, you might get a singing deal out of this.
Nah,
You never know.
nah.
Scotty's going to get
Or
a
a
record
humming
deal.
deal, whatever.
Nah. You know what though? Fun fact. You know what? I've said this to my girlfriend many times. All I want in life, from a gaming perspective, is to have my name on the credits of a computer game. If that ever
Ooh.
happens, for whatever reason, voice acting, I don't know, investing,
Oh, dude.
just being a
Tester.
cameo.
The easiest way for you to do it would be to be
Yeah.
a tester.
Right on. I would love to voice
Yeah.
someone on a game.
Like,
That'd be
I think I'll be
dope.
done with life. I'll be honest. I'll be like, right, Mom, I did it.
A dream achieved. Boom.
I'm telling you,
Then
man.
you'll be constantly trying to chase that dragon. You'll be like, I want more.
I know.
War
I
games.
know. I know.
Right on.
Either that or host Comic Con one day. That would be crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this can help. I mean, if we get boosted,
Who knows?
high enough, that'd be dope. Like the last video we were on, that's at like 332 views or something like that, which is crazy for my channel, you know. So yeah,
That's
good, man.
I'd love to interview people. I'd love to interview people in the gaming industry, like not the soulless money grubbers, but I want like actual people who are passionate about game development.
Yeah.
And just what goes into their thought process for making games. I just want to and it's purely personal. I just want to understand the thinking that goes into the decisions that they make, good or bad.
Yeah,
whatever. I just I want to understand things from their perspective.
Yeah.
So I guess with that, I am going to have to learn how to use OBS like you do, Fox. So, which is...
I mean, since we're talking about Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima, like I'd love to get inside that man's brain. I think he has a book or something like that out, but I would love to interview him. Like, dude, this story is so complex but highly entertaining. I would love to know. Like, I remember it was in Metal Gear Solid 3. I knew the president of Russia back in the day because of that game, and it came up in class one day. And I pronounced his name like correctly, and my teacher looked at me. He was like, "What's happening?"
Game.
Yeah,
your teacher looks at you, and and goes, "How do you know how to spell that name? You're a communist."
No, this is this is like into the early 2000s. So the Red Scare had been way done. The Red Scare was done with by then.
It shows you how powerful games can be, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Teach about morality.
Yeah, 100%. And what I hated back in the day was, oh, games are for kids. Oh, games they're shallow. They don't have a story. There's nothing to them. They're for children, you know.
That always gets me.
Me too.
I know that.
I don't understand that argument. Well, why are you criticizing this? This is for kids. Why are you, Okay, so are you basically saying that kids shouldn't expect better? We should not make quality products for kids? Is that the argument that you're making here?
Yeah, that's another good point. That's another good one. That's because basically that's what they're saying. Sounds like anyway. Right on. Okay, so I'm gonna breeze through these real quick because holy moly. The 1968 one, I just pulled up a picture in the same face. 100%. Yeah. Yo, all good fellas.
Yes.
Lord Beerus. We gotta pull that up a little bit. There we go. GG. When you watch this, get well soon and come back soon. Oh, we miss you here, and we are all saying prayers and positive vibes for you, girl. You totally got this, and you will go through anything. You get through anything in life. So I didn't know she was feeling ill today. Yeah, positive vibes over there. Get better soon, GG.
Yeah, get better soon, GG.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You reach out to us if you need anything.
Yes. Yep. Lord Beerus, John, you were right though.
I'm assuming talking about like Planet of the Apes. Yeah.
Good seeing you both. Hi, Scotty. Lord Beerus, Mr. Scotty. Bon Jovi,
bro.
Bon Jovi.
My aunt was obsessed with him.
For Scotty's solo.
Whoa.
I'm not sure because this is early on in the comments, so I'm not sure what that's referring to.
Okay.
Oh,
Mr. Scotty, Jovi, bro.
Oh, I don't know if he was referencing anything. I thought he was referencing the
your solo just now.
Bon Jovi. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get to the bottom, and by that time he'll have set us straight on it. Lord Beerus, Gradius, Super R-Type, Raystorm, Life Force, 1943, Tiger Hill vibes. Right on.
Thank you. So
Cygni.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Tiger Helly. Yeah, he recently had an upload, I think, of Tiger Helly on his YouTube page.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
He's blowing up the tanks.
Because I was playing Megacopter. That's how it kind of worked. I was playing Megacopter, and he was saying, "This reminds me of Tiger Helly." So he goes and plays Tiger Helly and uploads.
Sick.
That's so dope. But yeah, no, I watched that one. of Beerus. It was great. Lord Beerus, Nas should be the new narrator for Dragon Ball.
On
the last episode of Dragon Ball Nas.
Oh, that could
check in next
what
time.
The narrator sounds like, but hey, you know what? I'm always available. except when I'm not. So
Very
if anybody
vague. I
wants
love
to
it.
approach me with some narration work, sure.
I can't pinpoint the dude's voice. It's like,
Oh, so he's like,
tune in next
so-
time on Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Something
Nas
like-
can
I
do
think
that.
you can
Nas
pull that
do
off for sure.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Right on. So okay, I don't want to saddle you with homework or anything like that, but just hear the guy and you could probably recreate it like that.
Hold on a second. When I started doing this live stream with you guys, I was never told I'd have to do homework. Okay, this is a deal breaker.
It's totally optional. It's just because I don't want you to go anywhere, for sure. Johnny VZ, you don't see Space Invaders type games no more, so making that is a way to show new younger people that type of old school top down shooters. 100% yes. I think it's going in the right direction.
And then we're fun, yeah.
Yeah, good arcade game.
Oh yeah, could you imagine playing something like Cygni in the arcades? That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd get more butts and seats, so to speak. You know, more people going into the arcade. Yeah, they're a dying breed nowadays. You hardly see any arcades ever, but they were booming in the 80s. You know,
Well, I think they kind of, for sure. But
home consoles killed the arcade.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely had a hand in it.
Oh yeah. Where are we? Yes, here we go. Lord Beerus, excellent point, John. Perfect answer.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Beerus, Redbox is gone, but Blue Box coming soon.
Oh man, Redbox.
What is that in reference to? Because didn't one of you guys say you start a business like that, right?
Scotty said that because they didn't have Redbox in the UK.
That's right.
Yeah.
Take the idea and run with it.
Oh, gosh, if you just wait a second. John DBZ, me and Scotty are looking at a Redbox, and what is that?
Yeah, like that's my final thoughts and takeaway for today, by the way. Redbox. I think that's so cool and creative. Honestly, that's mind blowing.
I mean, it before streaming, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, now it's
Beerus, Nas is right. People will always find a way to scam an honor system like that.
Yep.
True.
What's that in reference to?
Or was that? Was it?
So many things we were talking about. I think it was talking about the tiering and just general scumminess.
Yeah. Because I know what was the second one that we talked about? I have those two written down for sure.
It was around. It was after Redbox.
Was it Xbox stuff? Or no. You know what? It was the TechCrunch article talking about dark patterns, right? And if you legislate, if you regulate that type of behavior, where you say you cannot do this type of behavior, people will find a way to work around it. That's what I believe. That's what that's in reference to. But generally speaking, people are always going to find a way around an honor system because winning is more important than anything to some people.
Right on. Okay. Yeah. We might have made mention of that at the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Lord Beerus, since I brought up Redbox rentals, here's a name to blow away the panel. Let's see. Gamefly. I think I do vaguely remember that.
Vaguely remember Gamefly.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I think it was the same kind of business model.
Didn't they send you stuff? Didn't they mail stuff to you?
I want to say yes. You could pick games off their website and they mail them to you. You play them and then send them back. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
We had something equivalent.
Yes, the business model of Gamefly is similar to the DVD by mail subscription service, Netflix and Blockbuster Online. So before Netflix was a straight streaming service, they actually just sent you movies.
Right on.
In 2009, Gamefly sued the U.S. Postal Service, alleging the favoring of Netflix and Blockbuster by sorting their DVDs at no charge. Gamefly sent games to subscribers at a monthly fee.
This logo.
They're not still going, are they?
Let's see. Are they still around?
It says founded, but it doesn't say that.
22.
As of April 2014, Gamefly has since sold direct-to-drive to AT Games. I don't know if they're still around. Their website's still up.
Okay.
Rent thousands of games and movies, no late fees, cancel any time. interesting. So they're still going. I did not know about this. I assumed they were dead.
Right on. That's
Oh,
nuts.
yeah. I mean, it's not an old website either, because if you look at their banner, they have fairly recent games on here. They've got God of War Ragnarok. They've got Sifu. Then they got older ones like Knights of the Old Republic. We got the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game. Like, they're still going.
What if Gamefly is one of those companies, as rare as it is, that says we make enough money right now to pay our employees, you know, give them nice bonuses or whatever, and we're okay with that, instead of just seeing it, you know, the arm going up constantly. What if they're one of those companies? That'd be kind of cool.
Privately owned.
Yes, yeah, you'd have to be.
Actually, they're owned by Alliance Entertainment. I don't want to go too far off track. I just think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Gamefly sold to distributor Alliance Entertainment. This was in 2020.
Holy, that was whoa.
So they're still going.
For them to be around so long, you would think. So let's see.
And at the same time, so quietly, because I haven't heard anybody mention Gamefly in I don't know how long until Lord Beerus mentioned it. I'm trying to resist going down this rabbit hole. It's so enticing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So it says 9 million consumer shipments, 200 plus online retailers. That's kind of cool. And this is what do you call it? Alliance Entertainment.
It's kind of funny.
35,000 retail storefronts. What? 600 plus labels and studios, 72 countries. So I'm here. Let me go to their.
We found an alternative to Gamepass. It's kind of funny though that this came up when we were talking about it. We spent a good portion of the stream talking about Gamepass and stuff like that. And Lord Beerus dropping Gamefly, man.
Oh, here we go. Our story. So they got their hands in all kinds of stuff. I'm so sorry. In entertainment world, connection is powerful. At Alliance Entertainment, we know what it means to truly connect. We know that media and pop culture. Here, sorry. We know that media and pop culture are all about building these connections, that when our customers find their favorite movies, music, and games, together we're finding new ways to experience the world, live our lives, and even build new relationships. Working with AENT means forging meaningful connections between your products and new and existing customers. So, like, my question is, what is it that you do? Are you like an Amazon? What are you? We've made sure our wholesale and retail distribution network is second to none. Okay, today's fans need instant, non-filter access to entertainment, media, and merchandise. AENT taps more than 30 years of experience to bring customers exactly what they want. And when the world of media continues to grow, change, and diversify, AENT will be ready to meet new fans, serve new fandoms, and go wherever the customer takes us. It's an exciting time to work with Alliance Entertainment. Join us in finding the world's next obsession.
Anywhere where customers are, as long as they're in 72 countries that they service.
Yes. So does anyone know what they do? Like,
I've
their
never used
distribution
them,
service.
But you basically rent a game or a movie and they mail it to you. You have to wait naturally, but it's I honestly, this is breaking my brain a little bit. How does this exist in 2024?
Exactly. It seems so archaic, right?
It
seems
does, but
so
I mean,
weird.
If you consider that some places don't have, I wish I could say that everybody has access to sufficient broadband service, internet service, where they can stream a game or they can download a game without having to worry about their bit cap. But that's not reality for a lot of people, especially in rural areas. So maybe that's who's using this product.
Maybe it's going from the actual
you live in a small town
distributor and then to the stores. Maybe that's Alliance. I don't know.
Maybe, but I think
the person that's
just
putting the songs and stuff on the shelves at Walmart, you know, It's they're using Alliance to get it from point A to point B. I don't know. I have no clue.
I think this is I think this is mainly just for individuals. So you can have a game mailed to you, you play it, and then you send it back. Which is, again, I don't know how this exists in 2024, but for rural populations, I mean, if you're too small, you don't have. If you live in a small town, you don't have a GameStop around you. There's no Walmart. To go and buy a game, you have to drive for, I don't know, 3 hours to a bigger city to get a game, and if it's not there, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Streaming isn't really an option because you live in the country, you don't have access to good broadband.
Right.
This might be that alternative for you. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to. The company exists, and I'm trying to, in my mind,
justify his
build a
existence.
business case around it. Like, I don't know. If anybody knows how this is still alive in 2024, please tell me. I am so curious. I did not expect to read this today. I'm so surprised.
Oh, that's where I screwed up.
Gents, I'm gonna have to shoot off in a minute.
Okay. Okay.
My bad.
No. Wait, all these wild tangents.
No, that's all right.
I know. So let's skip down to the bottom real quick. Here, we'll stop here. I don't know if Scotty ever had a scene or seen the Xbox 360 Red Ring, but I had friends playing PlayStation. I had other people tell me about it. My Xbox was fine. Dope. Yeah.
The red ring of death.
Yes, that's right.
The 3 of the 4 parts that were red. I had so many people were affected by it. I luckily missed the whole thing.
Yep, same. But I got into it later on, so hopefully they had fixed it by then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was an overheating issue, wasn't it? I think they just didn't put enough like thermal grease.
I don't remember. All I know is they cut corners building that thing, and you know for sure. And they wanted to get it out before PlayStation got theirs out, and to do that they had to cut corners. And Red Ring of Death really just killed the 360. It killed the momentum that it had.
Oh yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, for
it really
sure.
sucks. It was a good console. John DBZ, the only problem I'd ever seen with the PlayStation was disk drive not working right. Then you flip it upside down.
Wow. I've never heard of that. Which system was that?
I think he was talking about PlayStation.
Yeah, but which one? I wouldn't be surprised if it was one like the original.
Yeah, it would have had to been either one or two.
That rings a bell. I'm starting to think that rings a bell, you know.
Right.
I'm thinking the first one. I'm thinking the first one. Oh, what did it? I was getting much. What did I say?
Oh, I can't remember. But you said like a short sentence in American.
Yeah, Scotty's American accent is getting much better.
I can't remember what I said.
Jerk off. You said jerk off.
Oh yeah. Jerk off.
Oh. That's the first thing that anybody ever learns to say in a foreign language is usually the swear words.
Yes. We got Samurai Champloo is goated.
Yep.
Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel to Breath of the Wild. Cool.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. Beers. Clearing it. Oh my gosh. One of these days we're gonna have to have him on. Lord Beerus, last article that I read said estimated sales for Steam Deck was 1.62 million sales, but probably between 2 to 3 million by now, but all speculation. Oh yeah. We're all, yep. Switch 2 info has been rumors, but Nintendo hasn't confirmed anything, but said they would have an announcement next spring, 2025, supposedly about the Switch 2.
Actually, Lord Beerus was the one who told me about the leaked specs.
He tells me about a lot of stuff. He gets a hold of me on Instagram and Twitter. It's a great resource to have.
He's got his ear to the ground.
He does. Lord Beerus, GG is getting better, but keep sending prayers and positivity to her. Will do. Sure. Lord Beerus, I like the prequels too, Fox. The third one where Anakin turns into my fave of the prequels. Yes. When he goes to the dark side, his eyes start to change and everything. The color of him is so great. Lord Beerus, that double-edged lightsaber between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan is still fire in my opinion. I don't think it has been beat yet. I don't think.
Well, you haven't been watching The Acolyte then. Because they said they were going to have a fight. They said they were going to have a fight that was going to beat the ones in the prequels.
Honestly, I haven't been watching it, but I've been hearing about it. Lord Beers, all good things. All three of you should do video game voiceovers. Well, thank you, Lord Beers.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Yes,
Lord Beers.
hire us.
Right on. If you do have that pull, man, I wouldn't mind. Seriously, I take off like a long time at work. It's like, I don't know if I'm coming back, guys.
I've made it.
Yeah, no. That is it's from what was Bayonetta. From how she spoke on it, it seems like a pretty cutthroat industry, but and you know, it doesn't pay off very well for the people who are just starting out, but if you can stick with it and get really good gigs, it does. So
you gotta be like you gotta be like your Troy Bakers, your
Steve
Dan Castellaneta, those guys that, you know, people are seeking you out to get work.
Oh yeah. Lord Beers, the Bon Jovi is a pun on Bon Jove in England. Blue box is a color. Oh, color pun. Sorry.
Color pun.
The scam was people putting the wrong disc bank in Redbox.
Yeah,
so
I remember
bon
that.
It's a pun on Bon Jovi in England.
Oh, they put the wrong disc back. Oh no.
Yeah, and you just kept the game.
Yeah.
You can see that.
It was the
that
next person's problem.
Yes, exactly. That was huge. Huge.
It's the next person's problem.
Yes.
That's so bad.
But I mean, we've reached the end of the comments. I know you've got to tick off, Scotty. Do you have any final thoughts?
Well, Redbox is crazy. Didn't know that was a thing. So thank you for showing me that.
Yes.
Takeaways. Was it Black Site? The
Black
game
State.
we saw?
The
Black State.
And then the
Looking
second
forward
one
to
was
that.
Cygni.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Sucks it's just on stream at the minute, but that might change. But I can certainly see the Metal Gear references and just a bit of the portal from the transition to the subway to the outside, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to the Switch too. I know we're a while away from it, but yeah, you know, anything new, I'm excited to see it, see what it brings to the table.
Yes.
Xbox, your tier pass thing, whatever you have. I'm just lost for words, man. As an Xbox fan myself, I just look, if I buy a 12-month pass for a game, I want 12 months. I don't want 4 months of this, 7 months of that. I want 12 months.
Yep.
Right? And that's me done. Been great here with you guys, obviously. Always great to spend Saturdays with you guys.
Freaking likewise.
And yeah, on to next week, man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Look forward to it every week. It's I wouldn't wake up early on Saturday for anything. for most things, I should say.
Same. Oh God, just see me in the morning running out of bed. But Nas, friggin', do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, GameFly still exists. That's I still can't get that out of my head. GameFly is still a thing, and still I can't believe that. But mainly, this one I want to say something to all of my fellow gamers out there. Every single time one of these prices go up, you need to stop and have a conversation with yourself and say, like, is this still worth it to me? Because as long as you have all of your time invested in games under one platform, they got you by the short hairs, and they can do whatever they want with you. They can raise prices. They can make it a shittier experience for you, all for the purpose of getting money out of you. And you have to decide if you want to play that game with them or not. The sooner you make that decision, the sooner it is for you to pull yourself out of that and put your time and energy for gaming into a platform that rewards you for it and not punishes you for it. That's all I have to say about that. And to the people that are making these decisions, that are making these platforms less consumer friendly, charging more money and giving less product, I have two choice words for you, but I'm not going to say them here. I'm just going to say, stop it, please.
I agree with everything that's been
I concur.
Yeah, great points.
Even those two
everybody.
words you wanted to say. I concur.
I don't think it takes a stretch of imagination out to figure out what those words are.
No. Maybe F and maybe nope.
Maybe G.
Dangerously close.
Get lost.
Yeah,
Get lost,
it's same sort of feeling means get lost.
Yeah.
Go pound sand.
Right on.
Go fly a kite. You know, they all kind of mean the same thing.
Right on. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really appreciate it every time. I'll go ahead and close this thing out, and then I'll see you guys on the other end of this. Right on.
Sounds
All right.
good.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching. Always a pleasure.
Yes, of course. Right on. First and foremost, I'd love to thank our panel. As always, poignant, smart, very smart analysis. Love it always. Every Saturday is amazing. If you go into the description, you'll find their Twitters, their YouTubes, and their Twitches. Definitely give that a follow. It's different, every aspect, but it's all centered around gaming. And if you love gaming, you'll find something there that you really like. While you're down there, you can check us out. A lot of videos, a lot of live streams. You can get caught up, binge it, however you want to do it. And lastly, but not leastly, thank you to everyone watching. Without you, there would be no reason to get up on Saturdays. You're the reason for the season. And every like, view, it does help us get seen in the algorithm. So we really appreciate it. We'll see you next Saturday, same time. Until then, keep it casual. Peace.